We can stress people out some more. Good evening, it's Sunday, which means it's over to the lovely world of Milton Keynes. We love Milton Keynes. Back for some zombies D&D. No Weaver this week. He will be appearing tomorrow, though, for Fantasy, but he got himself in a little bit of trouble in only a way that Dylan knows how. He had a few little redeeming moments last time. It was last week, it was the week before last. Then just decided not to submit for a medical check. Didn't ask any questions, so got twatted in the face, knocked out, and carried off to a medical bay. Where a different medical bay to the one which Beth was in, completely naked, if I remember correctly.
By choice.
By choice. Yeah, you just decided that to really help with the medical check, you would be butt naked. So yes, you found your way into the Enclave, the military kind of safe hold in the north of Buckingham, not quite where the camp you were taken to at the beginning was, but just north of there in the city, and what was left of the army forces there have set up this encampment called the Enclave, where they are taking in survivors, helping out where they can, but they have, like I said, a few sets of rules to make sure everyone's safe. One of them, as you found out, is when you come back from missions, declaring whether you have or have not been in fights and been injured, so they can give you full checks to check for things like bites, as they are hyper aware of the safety of the camp. And after you guys went out, actually, I think you left to go back to the Horwood house.
My headset's dying and I don't know where my charger is.
Good. You got to the Horwood house and found that it had been slightly, it looked at from what you could see like there were zombies roaming around. You assumed had been overrun and that there was no one left inside, but we will never know whether that was true or not. And as you left, Matthew picking up a small detail on the wall that had just said,
that's a nice wing, dude.
Something to do with following the white rabbit.
Yeah, follow the white rabbit. Find the wild, I believe it's what it said. And you made your way back in the rain, pulled the car back inside into the Enclave, explained roughly to Tom, the engineer, what was going on, and we pick up from there. Beth naked in the medical room, and the rest of you had seen, I keep wanting to say Zaga, right? Dylan get hit in the face, carried off by the rest of the guards as a few more of the armed soldiers came in to police the situation. And I don't think we moved on really from there. Tom explaining to you guys that, hey, he's just kind of following orders and kind of telling you guys to toe the line if you want to get on here. So you are in the garage, you're in the mechanics workshop of the Enclave that they have there. You just brought the car back. They were going through and routing through your stuff in the car, checking over the secondary vehicle that you had hotwired. And yeah, we kind of throw it over to you guys. You're with Tom and a few of the soldiers, and Dylan's been walked off, and it's probably only about midday. After going out in the morning and coming back in the rain.
Can I see where they're taking my fishing rod?
You can ask Tom where they're taking the fishing rod.
Okay.
Or where they're taking stuff indeed.
Where are they taking our stuff?
Yeah, it was like, wherever we get back from the missions, we essentially inventory everything. So part of the Enclave is that, anything that you guys find out, if you're part of the scav crews, comes in, gets divvied up and given to the right people to do the right job. So if your fishing rod is something that you're after, it's probably gone in to be kind of tagged, and then will be handed out either to the farmers, or I suppose if we want to go fishing, to someone that wants to go out on missions. But I don't think we've got a fishing crew at the moment.
Oh, that's great then. I can take it back then.
I'm sure, yeah. You speak to the captain. I'm sure they'll sort it out. It's mainly a way of just checking that everything that comes in gets sorted out. What we don't want is anybody trying to get an upper hand over anybody else or whatever else. The military boys are very serious on this matter. We've just come to accept it, and to be fair, we haven't had anything go awry. I get food every day. I get all the tools I need when I go out. If there's anything I want, I let know. I'll Captain Green know. He makes sure that the guys prioritise that stuff on scav runs. It's a system that works.
What's happened to Dylan's stuff after he was taken away?
Sorry, spiders well, if he's has been, I mean, has he been? Did he take any because he rather than just saying so, he's just walked off. It will depend. His stuff is going to be rifled through, and likely he's going to be.
So you search our personal possessions as well?
No, not your substance. Like I say, it's an honesty system.
Oh, it's all coming out now, isn't it?
If you want to hide stuff, then why would you want to hide stuff? Essentially, it works both ways. You want to have food. I'm pretty sure you guys had a night's sleep and a meal, and you've not brought anything else in. That was all given out. We're giving you a car to go and find the rest of your pie. You didn't find your pie. That's unfortunate. These things happen in these fucking days, don't they? But I mean, all we're asking for is that the stuff you bring back in goes back into the pile. I think it was a very reasonable request. I don't know why your friend there took such offence to it.
Well, I didn't see him bitten anyway.
As long as he's not bitten, then we're all good. You guys aren't fucking stupid.
Would you pee on me?
You've been out in the world. You know what it's like. So, you know if he's been bitten, it's not good. But
exactly, which is why we wouldn't lie to you.
Is that sorry? What?
I said exactly. That's why we wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah, but instead of just let's play it through, shall we? This is a rather large camp. Not everyone here is fighters. I think you've seen it as you walked around. We've got lots of young families here. These people just want to make sure they're safe. The easiest way to make sure they're safe is that when you come back, you go for a quick medical check. All's nothing to hide, all hunky-dory. You go back out to work another day. You go and get your meal, you're all fine. If you start to act a little bit suspicious, people tend to get their back up. Because the last thing you want is fucking zombies running around inside the Enclave. We've got a pretty good setup here. I'm kind of with the guys here on keeping it that way. It doesn't seem like a lot to ask to make sure that we're safe. I mean, I don't want to rub salt in wounds, but like, you're not here with your other party members at the moment, so I'm assuming that sort of wasn't in place where you were, and now look what's happened.
Am I in the room or am I in a separate medical room?
You would be, would have been being asked to be putting your clothes back on after being checked and found that you were fine. It's whether you're staying with the nurse or coming back to the rest of the guys.
Okay, I'm gonna put my clothes on and join everyone else.
Nice distinction.
And as I come in, I go, that was cold.
Luke looks at you really in a jealous way.
Luke will remember this. Honestly, it's just something to get used to. If you guys want to hang around here, it's just part of how they run things here, and it's, some say it's tight, but honestly, it don't take long before you get used to it. And think about it. Shoes on their foot. Do you want to be asleep when your door gets fucking smashed open by someone that lied, didn't submit to it, and now is now a zombie? You can't really do anything to them. By that point, they're gone. They ain't going to seek any punishment. The only punishment that's going to happen is to the rest of us who have to clean up the mess after.
So what's going to happen to him?
Well, provided he hasn't been bit, then it'll just be a question. They'll go through, now he's subdued, it makes it a little bit easier, I suppose. They'll give him a search, they'll make sure he's not got anything on him that he shouldn't have, and then and that'll be it. He should be, well, providing he wants to stay, you should see him again, but he might be in there for a while. They
should see him again?
Well, if he decides he doesn't want to play ball, they'll chuck him out. I don't want to mince my words here. If he doesn't want to be here and he's going to show that sort, there is no obligation. I don't know where these guys are trying to protect us, but they haven't really. Let's be honest. There's no overriding. There's no police force. You can't ring the bell. No one's going to come and save you. You're on your own, or you're kind of playing by the rules. So if he decides he doesn't want to play by the rules, he'll probably be just thrown out. I feel like you're looking at me like this is weird, but this is we're in a different world now. I know it's not been that long, but these guys need to. I feel pretty safe. We were pretty good. We like gave you the car, let you go and do stuff, and I feel like you're looking at me like what I'm saying is mental, but actually, it's not a bad deal. You sign up for some work, you get your routines, you get your shifts, you do your shifts, you get a bed, you get meals, and hopefully, if you need anything, someone could go out and grab it.
Well, I mean, we haven't even said we're going to stay here or not yet, and we've already lost our car and lost some of our possessions, right?
You haven't lost your car necessarily. I mean, if you guys want to turn around and go, I mean, let's remember, even with that, like, you gave us the keys for the car. You turned up with the car. Like, how did you get the car if we were supposed to go and get the car? I mean, I'm not saying like it was lovely. You brought the car back for us. That's great and all, and hot wiring it. We'll undo that obviously because we've got the key now. But everything from our side of the fence has been pretty straight back. So it's just whether you want. If you want to leave, we'll give you the car. We'll give you whatever supplies. We're always looking for. We've got a few groups of people that are out there that didn't want to come in, haven't come in, or that have opted to be out on scouts in forward bases. There's lots of different options, but it's just whether you want it or not. If you think that what they're doing here is crazy and you don't want to be part of it, that's a different thing. But just remember, if you say that, you'll be gone. They don't want anything rocking the boat. Like, this is already a bit of a mental situation that's going on in the world. We don't need to have our own soap opera going on inside the walls.
Sounds to me a bit like a dictatorship.
Well, like I say, if you don't like it, you can get back out on the road. You're not prisoners here. There's just, if you're going to be here, it's rules. You ever been to someone's house and they're like, can you take the shoes off, please, to walk on the carpet? Do you guys just fucking walk through the house with mud on your shoes? It's just a bit of courtesy. That's all they're asking for. And
I mean,
on the back
Dylan seems a bit like a prisoner at the moment.
It's because why didn't he just say? He could have just said. He decided to fight it. He decided to pick that was his moment. To pick, like, who stands up against some soldiers and goes, yeah, do you know what, actually, fuck you.
I mean, Dylan.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you can't do that. They're trying to protect. They can't have people just flouting around doing what they want. I mean, I'm sure you can go out there and do what you want, but out in here, they've set some rules, and I, for one, am quite happy to work by them. I can get my jobs, I get my tools done. The scav crews are great. They get you stuff you need. We're all here just trying to make the best of what is a shit situation. Why anyone would want to make a shit situation more shit is beyond me. But like I say, if you guys want to go, I mean, go and talk to the captain. I'm sure he'll sort you out. I'm sure he'll let you have whatever stuff you want. I'm sure he'll even offer to give you some bits. He's not a complete arsehole unless you make him one.
This is getting us nowhere. I understand that you have rules, and to be honest, I agree that if people have risk of being infected, that they should be checked over. But standing around here arguing is just not getting us anywhere.
Why are we sticking up for Dylan? Is that what we're doing?
Well, it seems some of us are. I don't know why he didn't just go in the first place. Although they wanted to check if he was being bitten or not. He was one for locking up people back at Horwood. I don't understand the way to argue against it here.
Anyway, I'll leave you guys to it. My crew's got work to do. I've got work to do. Like I say, if you want to go and have a word with the main man, I'm sure he'll sit down and talk to you. If you want to leave, go for that as well. I know if you want work or you want to stay, they'll find you some work. You'll probably be on scav teams to start with because everyone has to do some scav runs to start with. But there is some safety that we try and keep here, so it's there for you. Just I suppose have a think about it.
Okay.
Tom kind of dips off, starts grabbing his crew. They've finished on unloading the car now, and that stuff's been packed off and gone. And now they go back to actually looking at it. He goes over to check the hot wine job on the red car.
So, guys, do you want to be part of this?
Do what you want. I think I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, I mean, where else would you go?
Guess, yeah. I mean, the food here is terrible.
It's
Well,
terrible.
I mean, there's a chance for you, Luke, to improve the situation.
That is true. That is true. Maybe I'll have a word with Karen.
Have you? Or what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Maybe Tom's right. It's just a case of getting used to things here and adapting to the situation, I guess.
I mean, we could stick it out for a little bit, see how we feel in a couple of weeks, and go from there.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, as a doctor, I'm sure I'd be of some use here and find my purpose again.
Yeah, we need to find out whether we want to be part of this, I don't know what you call it really, community dictatorship.
Home?
That's about as close to home as we're gonna get.
We all have our own little places where we can go back to normal life in the new home.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's gonna be normal.
The new normal.
Correct.
You start bringing out COVID slogans. Just googling Matt Hancock.
Track and trace.
I hate the government. It's a really good scheme.
At this point, I can't just walk off to find, I don't know, somewhere a bit more, just like secluded, just to stand, and sit around, just to have a bit of a think, away from the rest of the group.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so if you make your way out back into the kind of main area. I didn't get the drawing up to that. The main, come back through the main block, past the administrating bit into what is the middle of the U of the building. So you have the back part or the base of the U, which is the administration part you've seen in it, links off to the mechanics area, and obviously there's a few other areas you've not been in. And then you've got the two big halls that flank either side of that. The one of them is the housing, and one of them on the other side is the cafeteria. But within the middle of that U is where there's different areas you sit down, lots of different benches and stuff that pop around, different like breakout areas before you start getting to the work crews.
Yeah, I'll just find somewhere to sit down that's away from other people there and away from the group as well.
Cool. So you have, you go and find, bloody hell, what's that? I knew what to call her, Karen. Yeah, you go and speak to the commander if you want to try and get in with the commander. Captain Zach Green, who was the guy that was head of the kind of like scav groups, the one that you spoke to about getting a car and getting out. Private Shepherd was the woman that you met out in the road, and she was the one that kind of set you up and put you in with the commander as well. She's in the admin area, or you can mill about.
Shall we go and speak to Professor Green?
Yeah.
Oh, the commander,
I think-
yes. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, Commander. Sorry, Commander.
Well, so see, this is a joke. So Captain Green is the guy that does the scav runs. So he was the guy that set out Hunter and Maxwell and the other guys that you met out on the road. The commander was Arthur, Commander Whitaker. But he's either called Commander, or he said to you guys, call him Arthur.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might go to speak to the commander about, see if he needs a doctor at all.
Cool.
Yeah,
You'll go.
I'm gonna go and see if he needs any more help in the kitchen.
I'm gonna sort of patrol the walls, I guess, and see if there's anything that's going on as far as like reinforcing and such, and just sort of offer to help there. Just kind of go there, walking around brandishing my hammer.
Yeah, nice. Just like proper dad mode, just like tapping on stuff, going, oh, I wouldn't have done it like that. Oh, I don't know. So pre-existing built fences. Nice. So yeah, we'll come up to we'll go to the. You guys are going to see the commander. So as you make your way from the garage into the admin building, you see the commander's in taking consort people at the moment. There's a few people in there, but Private Shepherd sees you guys come back and says, "Oh, I heard there was a bit of a incident on you guys coming back. One, no new survivors, and two, that one of you is now being detained."
Who was that to?
To whoever went to go and see the commander. So I think it was just Ted
right,
and
so.
Luke. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, Dylan, he doesn't like soldiers at the best of times, and I don't know why he refused to be checked over. I mean, I told him he should be. I mean, I get it. You want to be keeping everyone here safe, but he's a stubborn one, Dylan. And yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, yes, I know he's. Yes, I know the guys have got him now, and he will be medical checked. Unfortunately, forcibly now. It's a real shame. Okay, but the rest of you are okay. I'm assuming it wasn't good news about the rest of your party.
No.
No.
The place we were at, like, had been attacked by the zombies or whatever they are, overrun. There was a message on the wall of the building, of the perimeter.
Oh yes.
Follow the. What was it? Follow the white something.
Okay.
I don't know if that means anything to you. But...
Not to me, but it might do to. Some of the guys that either have been out, or maybe even the commander himself. Nothing's been passed on to me. Interesting. Okay. And where was that? Sorry, that was at where you were stationed before. Horde House. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. That's good. No, it's good. Well, it's good to see you back safe. We'll find out what to do with that information. And
is this place in need of a doctor? I am a doctor.
It's it definitely having more doctors on site for training is definitely required. Let me just see if we can get some time in with the commander. He's been briefed about the situation on your arrival, so I think he'll be keen to see you and just find out one, you're back so soon, and kind of what your plans will be. So yeah, let me see if I can grab him. Just wait here a second. Or just help yourself with some water if you need some water, and just trots off to the office, knocks on the door, and as the commander waves her in, you see him kind of having a bit of a backwards and forwards, and he just kind of nods, looks out towards your direction, and then she comes back out and says, "Yes, he said he can see you now. He's keen to discuss what your plans are. So if you would like to make your way over."
Am I coming as well? Or?
Yeah, well, he's inviting you both over, yeah.
Yeah. I'll come through. I'm going to smell the water before I drink it, though.
Okay, nice. It smells like water. Sweet.
I'll drink it.
It's poisoned, you're dead. So yeah, you make way, and as you go in, you let two young soldiers pass on the way out as they kind of just give you a nod, leave the room, and come in. And Commander Arthur Whitaker sat there waiting for you guys. Like, good to see two of you. The rest of you enjoying the facilities?
Yeah.
Well, Dylan
Go
has
ahead.
caused a few issues, it seems.
Well, yes, all we
I'm
should
sure
get
you
on,
heard.
your friend. Yeah.
Yes, he's He's a hard one to get through to. He's a stubborn character.
As I understand, he just refused to be searched on the way back in.
For whatever reason, he has an issue with soldiers.
Right.
The soldier that led us away from the camp from the beginning of all this. He didn't get on with him, and it's just I'm not entirely sure why, what his issue is, but he doesn't seem to like authority figures. It seems.
Yeah, that's well. We know there's a lot of work to be done because we're trying to get some back some semblance of some credibility in some areas, but I don't think the request was shouldn't have been taken that way, I suppose. But good to know that he's maybe one we need to play a little softer with. I suppose he was there. Just so you are aware, he is safe. He's not been taken anywhere. He will be forcibly checked. We can't take any risk, and I'm sure, Doctor, you understand that we need to keep things
infection
safe.
Control. Yes, absolutely.
Exactly. The last thing we want to deal with here is something from the inside out. It's hard enough trying to keep the outside out, letting it through willingly to mess all the plans up. But no, good to know. We will let him know. He will. I'll level with you. We will go through and have a discussion with him. He will be, and it's good that we get that note because I can send down to the guys to be prepared for maybe a potential attitude, so we say. But we will be.
Oh, there'll definitely be an attitude.
Yes. No, I'm getting that. But yeah, we will feed down. He will need to want to play ball to have to stay. Like I say, infection is one thing, but also we're trying to build out from here. We're trying to do what we can. We have to all pull together. That is why, and we will get onto this. The idea that everyone has a job, everyone has a role, and we all contribute to bringing stuff in. We want to rebuild as best we can, and with rebuilding, there's going to have to come some order in which to do so. We think we're over the worst of trying to just survive, and now it's about how we can build from here. And we have a plan. So he will be questioned on that. It will be up to him to decide whether he wants to follow that plan or not. And unfortunately, if he does not want to follow that plan, he will have to leave. We won't just kick him out. We will obviously try and consult with you guys, checking you on site for it to make sure that you're aware. But
I mean, his judgment might be slightly clouded. I mean, he's going through somewhat of a withdrawal, shall we say. He has an addiction, which he's not been able to fulfill recently.
Okay.
So that, I'm sure you're aware of these effects this withdrawals can have on people.
Yes, that could also be a problem because we've been trying to make sure we're not trying to keep anything that might skew the work to go forward away from the camp. Very interesting. Okay.
But I mean, I don't know if you have any substances, maybe perhaps sort of like a program to maybe wean him off. If you do, try and wean him off his addiction, little by little.
I mean, the only way that we will be able to do that in the current situation is to throw him in a cell and keep him there until he is sort of, but he's going to have to want to participate. Let me pass the notes on. I don't want to dwell on young Dylan's case too long. But yes, thank you for the information. That will be useful because I don't want our guys to go in there and get the wrong end of the stick. We're not harsh by any means, but we are military trained men, and we are used to taking orders and following in line when it suits the higher cause. And I know that's something that doesn't always come well and come easy to some people, and I feel like Dylan may have a harder time than most.
Yes, absolutely.
But to you guys, to you and to the rest of your party, what are you? I understand from the report that you haven't, you didn't bring anybody else back on site. You did bring us back a car, which is excellent news. We can get that taken looked at and make sure it's all ready to go. Tom and his guys will do a great job on the vehicle, and it can either become part of our fleet if you'd like to stay, or it's free if you did want to leave. But we are aware that you guys have certain skills that could be very useful for us.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a chef for over 15 years, so I don't know if you need any help in the kitchen.
We do always need help in the kitchen, but we tend to keep those jobs for those that are less acclimatized to being outside. From the debrief we got from Hunter and Max and team, you guys actually can handle yourself pretty well on the ground. So I wouldn't want to waste your talents in the kitchen. That can definitely come with time, but we'd be very interested in seeing if you'd like to, how you'd fare out on a few scav runs, helping the guys. I know the reports we got back from the other team were very good. They felt fairly confident with you guys and your approach in dealing with things and your knowledge of the infection and what is going on. So yeah, we can definitely look at both options. As you can imagine, we have a lot of people that come in here, and not everybody is as capable to be sent out. I don't want to force people out on runs when they are not suitable, shall we say. So those that have shown aptitude and capable do get some slightly nicer perks from taking the slightly more dangerous job, shall we say.
What kind of perks?
Well, you get slightly nicer sleeping arrangements. You're not in the big pit with everybody else, and you know there's you are the ones. How do we describe this? Well, you guys are the ones that are finding the equipment for everybody else. So if there's things that you are looking for, you get to prioritise that. And when it comes round to certain equipment, obviously if it's not in dire need for the greater cause for everybody else, that you have your pick of the bits you find. So yeah, there's some of the guys that do a few stints and they do their minimum runs on the scav runs, and then find themselves in different employment. There is a limit, we find, to some people's ability to handle some situations. But yeah, those that can do it, we've got a few out there, Max being one of them, who's been doing it for, and Hunter, he refuses to come off scav runs. So there's a few guys that just, I suppose, enjoy getting out every so often. You can get a little bit cooped up in here. So anyway, what would are you individually looking to stay? Is that why you're here and the rest of them are not? Or what have we got going on?
I mean, speaking for myself, I think yes. I mean, I'd preferably rather be here than out there, you know, fighting day to day. And I might have managed to stumble my way through, but I'm not much of a fighter, you know. I'm a healer.
Mm-hmm.
It's the other guys that have done most of the fighting.
Okay.
So yes, definitely, I think I would like to stay and, you know, and help where I can when my skills are best served.
Yeah, no, that sounds sensible. And we always need qualified doctors. We are light. We'd always like more in the current situation, but for training up the field medics as well. So we do tend to send out one slightly more medically trained personnel on scav runs as well. So getting some of those trained up would always be advantageous. And yourself, and then Luke, you'd like to ideally work in the kitchens, or is it you're up for a bit of anything, but you'll work in the kitchen if you need to?
I mean, as long as I'm using my knives, either way, I'm happy.
That's quite.
I can do a bit of both. I'll obviously not the same knives, you know, but
yes.
Yeah, as long as I'm using my knives, that's where I'm happy.
Okay, well, I mean, it's a slightly disconcerting way of saying it, but I understand where you're coming from. What about just with you? You're a chef. What about the prep beforehand? Have you ever butchered an animal?
I've butchered a few animals.
Yeah. Okay. Because we have got a project coming up to try and get some livestock in. So we're not just scavenging. We understand that scavenging food's only going to last so long. The farming project's coming along quite well. There's always more to be done there, but getting some livestock is next on the list. I know a few people have been requesting something, so we're looking for as many butchers as possible, so we can get that going, as well as anyone that's got any experience raising the bastard things. Okay, that's good. No, we can look into that. I can get the guys set up. We'll have to. I'll have to speak to Captain Green about the staffing and what we might need you to do before we get started. But it's good to know that you guys want to be here. We're happy to have you at the Enclave, and we can get you put to work fairly quickly, I think. Did you have any other questions for me whilst you're here? Anything you want clarified before we move on? Like I said, anything that happens with Dylan, we will try and find you and let you know before we act on it. But just so you are aware, a lot of it will come down to what he would like rather than what we want.
I do have one actually. You refer to a plan. What is that plan?
The plan is to get things back to as normal as can be in this situation. We want to try and build something, a society that can grow, that's self-sufficient, that's fortified, that's safe, to try and make sure that we don't have to ever think about turning anybody away, that we can start to build some sort of secure base from which to try and take back as much of at least this country as possible. God knows any further than that. We're starting as small as we can. But yeah, within the territory, we want to try and essentially start the rebuild project. So phase 1 is to fortify and get a safe base to operate with, to get ourselves completely self-sufficient. If we didn't have to rely on scav runs so heavily for food and for supplies at the moment, that would be wonderful. And stage 2 will be rebuilding as much of the infrastructure as we can. Some say it's a simple plan. A bit more difficult to execute.
I'm just thinking, I don't want to live in Milton Keynes this whole time, so...
Well, fuck yeah. Nice. Well, gentlemen, if there's nothing else, if any other members of your party want to come and see me, like I say, the door is open for you, and we hope to see you on board. I will speak to Captain Green. He's in charge of the regiment, assigning people to the different areas, as well as mainly managing the scav runs. So I will speak to him and let him know that you two are definitely interested, and we'll try and get some time with the rest of your party to scratch out where they are. But I'm glad you guys are safe and you're back.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think as we walk out, I'm going to say to Ted, oh, I'm really interested in what these perks are. I think Beth's already experienced some of them.
Fucking pervert. I'm waiting for someone to say, is there a spa? Nice. Beth.
I'm waiting for Weaver to come back next time to mention spas.
Nice.
Partner in crime and all that,
Yeah.
literally.
So
his crime was...
yeah,
whatever, mine was streaking. Anyway. So I'm just walking around the edges, trying to look for sort of people working on the wall, looking for any kind of just works taking place, would you say?
Yep. So you, so as you're, most of the walls of the grounds that you've seen are the original grounds of this sports centre. So they're like kind of iron metal fencing that runs up about 7 foot. That's got curled. They're like mini spikes on the end that runs all around. There's bits where you can see further out that they've built. There's some barricading that's built up in some areas and some others. So where it just leads out into smaller streets, there's not so much. You've got that one line.
Can I inspect the work, the quality of the the
Barricades. Yeah.
bits where they've done up.
Yeah. Roll investigation.
What do I need to roll?
Roll investigation.
That is an 11.
11. So they're away from the fence. As you're kind of trying to peer through and work out, you can see they are all of a very similar build model, which is kind of like the latticed, I'd say spikes, lattice spike, like wood. A lot of them wooden structures. Some of them are metal poles, and you can see there's no conformity. It's been whatever's found. So they've taken what looks like a lot of the metal poling, probably from fencing, the light fencing that broke at Buckingham. And they've made these kind of lattice spike that are about 20, 30 foot away from the actual main fence in certain areas where it looks like it leads to busier parts of streets. It looks fairly shoddy. It looks thrown together. It doesn't. Like I said, there's no conformity to it. The design is the only thing that is the same, but the rest of it looks like they found materials and built what they can in certain areas.
Cool. Okay. And is there anyone nearby working or anything like that?
Not around on the fence side. If you go around towards near the gate, so if you go back towards nearer where the mechanic side is, there's the guys that are posted up there. But they seem to only have people working the gates, and then inside, away from the fence, you've got like the farmers guys are on one side. But the rest, there's not. You didn't really see like heavy patrols around the outside. But yeah, you can go and speak to the soldiers that are on those the gate point, especially the one for the car.
Okay. Right. Trying to think what I want to do now.
Yeah, so whether you want to ask them anything, find out any bits about some stuff, or
Yeah, I think I'll head over to sort of the first person I see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you need help reinforcing the walls?
Good afternoon. Reinforcing the wall, we might need to. Have you been sent out by anyone to? I wasn't aware we had a hole.
No, but there might be a hole in the future.
Yes. And he's kind of looking at you for the badge, or a badge or some marking on there. None of you remember the badge you got the first day. None of you have been re-given any badges, so you're kind of an unmarked civilian walking around. He's like, no, that's if that is something that you can help with, then yeah, definitely speak to Captain. Have you been assigned a job, or are you just having a wander around the fence?
I mean, this has been my job for my entire adult life.
Fixing
Carpentry.
holes in fences. Carpentry. That's super helpful. But to be here now, you aren't on a work shift, no.
I mean, not right now, but
No,
I'm
that's
here, and I kind of gesture towards my hammer.
Yeah.
And also my badge.
Nice. Your badge. This is I'm a carpenter.
You said we got a badge.
No, you had badges. You don't have them anymore.
Oh,
So
we
you
don't
had
have them
badges.
anymore.
No, you
Oh,
had
sorry, I
badges when you
misunderstood.
came in, and then you would have given the badges back when you were in a temporary accommodation, and been back in. You haven't. Really
Okay, I
given
just
the badges.
gestured to my hammer then.
Yeah. I thought you had
And I
badges.
gesture to my non-existent badge.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit. Okay. Well, I suggest you go and speak to Captain Green. Get yourself on the next watch, the next patrol. You can check out the defences if you'd like. If you think you've got some suggestions for something a bit stronger, or even a way of making it out of the very limited materials we've got at the moment, I'm sure he would love to help. But yeah, you're probably best getting assigned to a crew rather than just necessarily wandering. Let's say idle hands.
What? Surely he's a busy bloke, and there's a chain of command where someone else can give me a job.
Not well. Everyone does have a job, and because you haven't got a job, that's why you've got to see him. He is indeed a very busy man, but he's very busy giving people jobs. That is his job. So yes.
So he's like job seekers.
He is exactly like job seekers. If that helps you process the words that I'm saying. But yeah,
So look for the green sign.
Look for go see Captain Green. He's at the front, usually at the front desk or in the middle atrium. You'll find him there knocking around. He is the man that looks like a captain. You'll recognise him. Don't worry.
Can you point in the direction?
Yeah, and he kind of looks at you. Okay, points you towards the one hut that you can see further down the wall. So you're on the you came through almost central point the first time. These are in one of the corners. He points you back towards the central bit where there was that outhouse building by the gate.
Yeah. Okay. I'll sort of head towards that.
Yeah, nice. Matthew. Aimless moping still? On mute?
Probably cleaning out the bins.
he's got full method.
Old habit. Old habit.
I'm hopping from my front garden in the bins.
Sorry,
It was really
my headset completely fucks up then. I'm back.
Yeah. So, anything? Where would you like to go from here? You're still moping. The other two have left their conversation. Beth had a lovely conversation with the guard staff.
I mean, to be honest, I don't particularly want to do anything. I just want to just carry on moping around for now.
Okay. Cool.
Until I guess someone comes back over or whatever. But yeah, for now, I'm fine just carrying on moping.
I'm happy to be sad. That's who I am now. Nice. So, say with the time taken to, are you going to make your way to that out hut, Beth?
Nah.
No, just going to general mope.
Oh no, shit! I need to stop getting Arthur and Beth confused. Beth will, yes. No, Beth is the kind of person that will do that.
And as you kind of make your way there and doddering about trying to make sure that you're going exactly where he pointed, and you're like, right, and you're looking for a green sign. That Ted and Luke, you would have come out and started making your way towards Captain Green, where you were kind of pointed at the same time, and see Beth on his way, almost a little bit like aimlessly lost in the Central Park. Matthew is moping around the place. There's not many places from that central atrium you'll go, so you would see him there if you wanted to see him as well. But he doesn't look like he wants to interact with you guys necessarily. He's not coming over to talk to you. But yeah, you can pick up Beth on the way to Captain Green if you wanted.
Oh, Beth, you look lost.
No.
Where are you going?
Green sign. I'm looking for a job.
And I look around. I can't see a green sign anywhere.
Sorry, that was creepy door. I'm getting ice cream. The captain, Captain Green.
Captain Green.
I wanna help.
I can show you where he is. We just spoke to him.
Did you? Ted, please.
Did you get a job as his secretary?
No, you were speaking to the commander.
Commander. It's all very confusing.
Commander's called Arthur. The captain is Captain Green. You've spoken to two soldiers with names.
I was playing in character for Luke. That's what it was.
Good. I was just checking because otherwise I'm just going to shout a bird until he wakes up just to save all of us from this.
Okay. Lead the way.
I've got to find Colonel Mustard.
That's it. You're all died to zombies. Right, are you going to see Captain Green? Yeah?
Yes.
Perfect. So yeah, you are quite close to the thing. So you've got the big U-shape of the building down that kind of driveway is where you've picked up, and a lot of what would have just been the normal driveways where they've got lots of the different I I don't know what to describe them as. Oh, we said it before. They're like gazebos that are set up for people that are coming in to pick up jobs, to pick up tools, do whatever else they need to do. You roll, anyone that would like to, for checking the gazebos and stuff out, roll a perception check for me if you are interested in the workings of some of this stuff.
Ooh. 19.
Nice. Was anyone
Let's
okay?
check mine. Perception, did you say?
Yeah, perception.
I got a 14.
With my exhaustion, that'll be 15.
15. Okay, good. With the 14 and 15, you can see that there's like clearly tents that have different sets of tools that are in there, so you can make out, okay, well, this one has, you can see gardening equipment bits that are in there. There's some other ones that are set up with bits of building materials like hammers and some more like handyman belts kind of set on the side. And you're like, okay, cool, I can kind of see how people will be divvied up and pick up different jobs and where they'd come in and sign up. With the 19 though, you Beth get the kind of like recall back to working on sites, working as a carpenter when you've not just been working on your own stuff, but when you've gone out to work on sites and how you can see the system of like, oh look, this looks like where you'd go and check in and check out, and you're like, oh yeah, look, well, this is where you pick up your bits. And so if you've worked on sites where you're not taking your own tools, where you go and pick up a belt and drop off a belt at the end of the day, you sign for it, get your equipment, sign out at the end of the day, you see it all and you're like, oh, that brings back memories of like, oh, that's how, like, when the sites used to work, that's how the sites used to work. And you're like, just that sort of situation, you're like, oh, okay, cool, right, that must be how this works, that people go in, sign up for their job, get given their tools and stuff for the day, and they must have to come back and sign off and give it all back over again. That seems like a way of doing it, right? That stops tools going missing and floating off and disappearing away from stations. So yeah, you're like, oh, okay, cool. And you can see that people are manning each of these gazebos as you'll make your way down the road. The hut is there the way you saw it before, and as you kind of make your way inside the hut, you can see that the big map is up on the wall without a window there, and there's a few soldiers and a lot less soldiers knocking around inside there as the different scav teams get ready, pick out the sites they're going to, and after a bit of scurrying around and movement, you see Captain Green working at the back on a map with Max, who was the guy that you were out with, or you met that first in Buckingham High Street. As they're just there pointing up, kind of just pointing at a map. If it was a movie, they'll just look at the map, pointing at certain streets and picking up stuff and having a bit of conversation that you can't quite pick up from where you are with the noise of this hut. From the calm of outside and the quiet of outside of certain people doing stuff, this like is a smallish hut that is just a rabble of noise of people moving backwards and forwards and grabbing stuff and stuff banging and knocking. But yeah, you are in the hut with Captain Green.
Hello. Can I want to hello?
Stood there. One of the guys stops and looks back at you and goes, "Oh, hello," and you recognise him as someone that introduced himself as Hunter before. You assigned to Scav crew, are we?
Hello again. I don't know.
You don't? Okay.
I was just wanting to do carpentry.
Okay. Right. I can see that this is going to be a little bit more awkward, unfortunately. Green! And he just shouts him and walks off. And then you see the guy turn and come over. He's like, welcome back, gents. Back so soon, like hours soon. You've only been gone, what is it, like 5 hours you've been gone? But you brought back the car, I hope. All well?
The car's fine, yes.
I'm-
Our acquisition, not so much.
Okay, not a successful run. That's fine. We have not successful runs. We don't let them dwell. We don't let them bring us down. Okay. What can I do for you today? I have not been briefed, or if I have, I haven't read the brief. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with you. Are you supposed to be going out on a run? What's the job? You staying? You going? What's the plan?
Carpentry.
The plan is carpentry.
Yeah.
Nice.
We were told to come here for a job.
Yes, you can indeed come here for a job. Okay, so you are all staying? Am I putting you in the roster?
Yeah. Yes.
At least for now.
At least for now.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, because we always need capable hands. Max and the team have been raving about your work out on the in the field, so yeah, I'm sure we can find something for you. Carpentry, right? So you're just here to find work. Let me just find my paper. Jesus, we have to figure out. Have you been told how this works in any detail whatsoever? I'm assuming
I
not.
nod unconvincingly.
No, right.
I heard that we go out and go on runs, and then we
Yes.
get perks.
Yes, you get perks. That and you've been speaking to the commander, I see. Yes, well, I mean, you are the scav runners. You are the life. If you are gonna, we ask everybody when they come in if they are able-bodied enough to go out, and we feel it's safe. They've tested themselves in some way on the field to join the scav runs for at least a handful of weeks to kind of, let's say, build up your goodwill with the Enclave. We need everybody out to go out where they are. Some people are more adept at it than others. You got that big bastard over there, he fucking loves it. So we like to ask that you go for a few runs for us. Do a few jobs for the scav team. If it's not for you, we'll move you on somewhere else. But if you can add in some way to what's going on, it's how we like to bring people into the fold. So you will probably be assigned to a scav run for at least a few weeks, unless something goes horribly wrong. So we can get you set up if you are wanting to go out, wanting to get started straight away. The sooner the better. I know you guys all have weapons and they're pretty handy with them, so I don't think I've got any worries about you going out. I suppose it's just what you guys wanted to do. We can pick something that's a little bit easier. We can send you out with some people if you prefer that. What did you fancy? What's your skill set? What did you like doing?
Well, I'm a healer. I'm a doctor.
Oh, a doctor. Ooh, okay. That's good. We need field medics.
I mean, I'm a chef. I cook.
Look like a chef.
Oh,
that's good.
You
We've
might
got some
speak-
good
you
cooks
should
here.
speak to Ted about that. Cough. Chef.
We've got some good chefs here, but like I say, we tend to keep the kitchen roles for those that are less capable in the field. But I mean, we can definitely look at it. Like I say, everyone's got to do their stint, and once they've done their stint, we're all ready to roll. I will make sure we get clearance though, because doctors are ones that we don't tend to put out into anything a little bit too dangerous. But we send medics out with all crews because, well, you've been out there, you know how fucked up it is. Any particular skill sets? And if you were decent, you're a little bit light on people. If I remember correctly, there was more of you.
Well, one's been detained for refusing to be medically checked.
Well, that's good.
And one of our other parties, he's around somewhere. He's taking a bit of a personal time.
What, the metal man? The man that was running around
It's
in a
hit
suit of armour?
The Tin Man, yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest, he's been running around in a suit of armour. It's probably taken its toll. He's been maybe playing a little bit of a fantasy, but as long as he's mentally stable, I heard he was pretty good in that thing. And if he doesn't want it,
Oh, yes,
I'm sure
he
we'll
is
be
very
happy
much.
to have it back. Right, well, we can send you out to do whatever you want, really. You can go out and send some supplies. Simple little run out to a supply base. We've got a couple of forward outposts, mainly scouts, watching for hordes. Have you guys run into a horde before?
Yes.
Run away.
Yes,
hordes.
run away, and that's why we have the scouts out there. It was set up pretty early on from the Buckingham camp. We got nearly fucked over because they seem to group together for a while. It's very hard to disperse them once they kind of merge, and singly, one by one, they're not too bad to take out. But you get a good group of them, they're a force to be reckoned with, and they fucking stink as well. So we have some forward bases out there. So you're
like teenagers, yes.
Worse than that, because I mean a lot of them are dead. So there's a bit of a it's not a nice smell. But yeah, we've got that. You can go out and do a little run to one of our supply runs. Get yourselves out there. Get a nice simple mission on the on your cards. We've got some loot runs. We actually do need someone who's got a bit of nous on them for a medical run into one of the nearby towns. We've been told that there's a big old pharmacy that potentially it's still got its stuff inside. It's been barricaded up by us to go back and get, but we don't know what we're picking up. We can't grab everything. I mean, Doctor, that would be a good one to have you on. Or other general runs. I suppose it's up to you. I don't know what you want to get your hands dirty with to start with. Also, whether you want to go today or you want to go tomorrow. I'm not pushing. You've already been out today, and clearly it's a little bit traumatic. I've gone into business mode here. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, medicine's always important.
It fucking is. It's I don't know what it is. I think it's just like the guys said essentially it's like a big boot. So I'm not sure how much is going to be in there, but I know they have stocked pharmacies at the back. One of the scav runs came in. They said that there definitely were some undead. We need to come up with a good name for them. We're using the word zombies, but it's a little bit ghoulish.
We've been using the term Ians.
Ians. Well, that's a little bit more fun,
Ians.
isn't it? Well, yeah. So the boots is full of Ians, and they locked up the front door, so it could well be intact. We're hoping that no other groups have got in, because we would quite like the stuff. But if we find some people out there, we can bring them back. That needs a steady group to go and clear out if poss. That's there on the board to go and double check. Max's team are going to pick up some other bits. We've got we've got general supply runs into town. We've got some house to house runs. How you guys done on house to house runs? Good, cleared, close combat.
What do you mean by house to house runs?
I've made house calls.
No, more like breaking and entering to clear houses for general household items. You know, funnily enough, what we found is with the general panic that happened, a lot of the supermarkets and a lot of food stores are shit. We're not getting luck with them, and we've had a few run-ins with some more armed groups at those sort of larger sites. We've got a lot of success with sending more scout runs than I'd like, more scav runs out than I'd prefer to, but into terraced house streets and just going door to door. You'd be surprised how many cans of tinned food people have, but they're a little bit more. They require a little bit more skill, a little bit more training. Max and the boys are pretty good at them. They can walk you through some of the methods if you need to, because you're in tight spaces. I don't know if you try to beat someone to death in a house, probably, hopefully not, but there's not a lot of space in there, and there's not a lot of ways of getting out. You're kind of one way in, one way out. So they're good to do if the houses are clean. Not all the houses are clean. Some of them are pretty filled with the original hosts. But they're a good way of getting some materials in.
Our expert at breaking and entry is unfortunately been taken into custody at the moment.
Right, that's custody. Jesus, where did they call that about? Yeah. So, what did he do? He didn't do something stupid, did he?
He refused a medical check after being out on a run and encountering Ian.
Okay, he encountered Ian and refused a medical. Some people don't know whether they've got it. So, well, anyway. Well, that's a shame. Hopefully, he sees sees that his ways have been silly and we can get him out and runs. Because, I mean, I don't. In the scav crew, we'll take someone that's a little bit shady any day of the week. Don't let the commander hear me saying that. But yeah, up to you guys. We can give you the day, get yourself settled in. I know you've had a bit of a rough one. If you want to get another rest in, if you want to pick up some more crews, we can assign you some people to go out. But yeah, we're pretty easy here on Scav Crew on picking your jobs, because I want you to be comfortable that you're going to come back with all the shit that I want you to come back with. So yeah, we've got some house-to-house runs. We can send you out to a nearby street, and he points up to the maps, and you can see where they're like systematically going through different areas and different suburbs and marking off where they're done and where they're not done. He's like, we've got the med run, which I know, Doctor, you'd be quite useful for your skills. But I suppose the choice is yours, guys. You can take another rest of the day to rest. But yeah, we will need to probably start sending you out from tomorrow latest, because food's expensive, and we need to make sure that as a scav team we're the ones bringing it in. You know what
I mean, do any of you guys need a rest before we go, or?
I want to rest. Plus, we need Matthew to be back surely.
Yes, Matthew would be good to have with us, and I'm a little exhausted, so a rest would be good if we're going out.
Yeah, we don't want to. I mean, it sounds like you had a pretty rough going today. I know it's hard to lose more people, so yeah, it's a shame. I know it might be a bit. Pardon my crudeness, shall I say, but where was it that you were held up? Can we get that map intel from you guys so we know where to either avoid or not? How bad was it?
We're at Horwood House.
Oh,
and yeah, that was fully overrun when we went to try and get our people. But, so I had to stay away from there.
Okay. Oh, that's okay, right. So he looks at the map and he's like, oh, damn, that was a nice little... Man, was there anything in there? Those country manor houses are a little bit bare sometimes. Wait a minute, I'm assuming that's where the fucking armour come from, right?
Yes, it is, yes.
That makes sense. Yeah, we were all questioning. I'm annoyed we didn't take bets now, actually, because I could have fucking rigged it. Okay. All right. So, and no signs of anyone we need to go back for in there. We just mark that one down as a.
I wouldn't expect it to be now.
Okay. No, that makes sense. We'll mark that up on the map as somewhere not to go and venture to for a little while. Let the natural migration happen. And they do like to migrate, these weird little fuckers. Perfect. And you didn't have any more doctors or soldiers or anyone there? Anything? There weren't any weapons left behind? Anything we need to be worried about being found by anybody else?
There may be a couple of weapons there. I can't remember exactly what, but a couple of firearms maybe. Some hand weapons.
Okay, depending on who. All right, we'll mark that then. So yeah, he just takes a few notes. All right, well, if you guys want to take the rest of the day, have a look around, have a look at some of the other bits that are going on if you want to, or just, I suppose, take a breather in a bit of a tranquil scene, a bit of a nice little respite from being out on the road. I don't want you out there, but. Sorry, Biff?
Bit of R&R.
Bit of R&R before we get you out. But like I say, we very much would like to get you out as soon as possible, because the scav life never ends, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy it and stick with us. If you've got skills, we'd like to keep you here, but if not, we understand. We'll get you on a few runs and then get you into your preferred habitation. But yeah, everyone, I'm sure you've been explained already, everyone's got a job here, so yeah, find one that you like, and don't fuck it up. Right, lovely. If there's nothing more for me, no more questions or anything, we'll get you guys set up tomorrow, come and see us early. We like to get you out in the morning. It might just be us. We seem to get out early in the morning. It feels a little bit quiet. I don't know if these things sleep or not, but they seem to settle a little bit more when it's colder. So, we like to get out first light, so we're not having to use anything else, use any torches or anything. So if you can get over here early doors in the morning, crack of dawn, as soon as you see the sunlight, come and see us. We'll get you kitted up with anything you might need, and we'll get you sent out. Sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, welcome to the Enclave. I don't know if anyone's officially welcomed you. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And I'll try and find out what's going on with your friend. All right. I'll get on. He kind of leaves your turns back and starts passes the little note, so you go over with someone else and they start like typing up different bits of reports. You see the map starts to get updated, and there's people essentially almost just sticking like sticky notes and bits and little markers, and they have little signs on there on the map for different areas that have been cleared. If you're looking you're looking at a map, right? There's no need for rolls for this. With your passive perception, you see enough that you can see where they've circled out where they are and where the Buckingham are. You can see essentially around. I was going to say there was something else, but you could roll for it, I suppose, for a bit more detail. But you can see that the close streets around the outside of it have all been marked off as if they've been cleared, and you can see now they're starting to make end roads into certain areas that are like one street blocked back from where they are in different bits, and then there's odd marks in different areas around Buckingham, and on some of the smaller sites there's more post-its further out from the Buckingham map just like little bits of handwritten notes on certain bits. One of those will be like a post-it note that goes on the Horde House to be like potentially this, potentially that, gets marked up on there. So they're keeping this kind of like live, almost like a war map of their progress in the Buckingham town as well as the wider kind of Buckinghamshire area. But yeah, there's a map. If you want to look at more detail on the map, I suppose you could for more information, but just so you're aware, that's kind of what this room is about and what they're doing.
I'm not going to look at the map.
It's boring, isn't it? Sweet. So you're done. You can hop out and find Matthew if you like. You have the day so it's probably just after midday-ish now, so you're getting ready for lunch in the cafeteria. But yeah, you can, up to you, if you want to grab Matthew and go in there, have a chat before you go out and do anything, or over to you, I suppose.
Yeah, I think should we go and see if Matthew wants to go for lunch?
Yeah,
No.
sounds like a good idea. See what he makes of going out on a run.
Matthew, I'm assuming you're not making yourself hard to find, you're just moping.
No, just sitting around.
Cool. So yeah, you see as you come out the hut, make your way up towards the main, where the fire exit doors into the cafeteria were, and as you're passing through, past the gazebos of all the tents, there's like a little, which would have been just probably set up there as like the entryway into the leisure centre. So there's a few like flower beds and stuff, and a few benches notched into the sides of the flower benches, and you see on one of those Matthew sat down, who is not in armour. I'm assuming to be less discreet.
Where would I put it?
You carrying it around, maybe? The armour's quality. You see the shiny man sat in on a bench. You've had a few looks as you were trying to mope and be sad, but people are just like, as they walk past, you hear the whispers of like, what the fuck's the matter? Falling to something. So
It's part of me now.
I am melt. I'm at one with it. I pooed in it. Cool. So you guys find Matthew?
That was me, but he can't poo in it as well.
He can poo in it as well. He's been wearing it long
Hey,
enough.
more than one person can poo in this.
Are you wearing the helmet as well?
You're right. Are you doing Robocop?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Lunch? Discuss?
Question mark.
Discuss lunch.
No, have lunch and discuss.
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Right,
You don't
we'll
see
make-
yourself,
make
Matthew. Is everything alright?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just still not entirely keen on this, but you know. Oh, the Greek are good.
Mm.
They're really good.
The cafeteria.
Said- Like I said, we could try it out for a bit. I mean, they've suggested we could go out on some runs. I mean, yeah, I think we might be safer here generally.
Yeah, you pick up. So yeah, you make your way to the cafe, and it's the same setup as last time. Busier because you're in there at actual lunchtime. As some of the crews are coming back, some of the ones that you can see, people kind of like keep to their groups in the main. Some split up, so you can see where there's like families or small families that have kind of met, and you can see that one of them's more dirty than another. That's a farmer or something, and someone's come out in different uniforms. But lots of different groups, much busier, harder to get a table where you're not. Where you're completely alone, or like a bench, sorry, where you're like completely on your own. But yeah, you guys can go up and grab a tray, get your food from the from the service, and then make your way back down to find yourself.
I'm just gonna. All right, Karen, what's on the menu today?
Oh, hello, you. Well, I'm hoping it's to your standard. We've got mashed potato, beans, some vegetables assorted from cans. And some different arrays of meats. We've got some corned beef and some spam. It's the best we could do with what we've got in here at the moment.
Ooh,
Delightful.
No
corned
pomegranate
beef.
molasses.
No problem.
Can I have some corned beef with veg, please?
You can indeed. And yeah,
My
she'll
hand
serve
over a
you
meal
easily.
ticket.
And yeah, so they serve you up there. And it's almost like school trays that they've got in there. Just like you get like one splodge of one splodge of one, and they look. No, it almost looks like they're slightly calculated in that they're making sure you're full. No one's going hungry. It's not necessarily like the nicest food, but yeah, you get like a decent portion of the whichever meat source you decided. Decent amount of potatoes and a good portion of like mixed veg that's come from some can of some sort, to try and make sure that everyone's eating well, has energy, and it's not super shit food that's coming through. So you get it's a decent meal. And you've been having Luke's cooking for the last 6 days, so you say that what you will.
This is a downgrade, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it comes like that suit your fancy, sir?
Yes, lovely.
Good.
I say in a sarcastic tone.
She looks at you. Move along. Fucking. She goes back to service. Poor Karen the cook. She's so lovely. Right down here. Hates.
So with the badges and stuff like that, they have like badges that pretty much say what job they have and stuff like that.
Yeah. So as you look around, you can see that they've each of them have got those badges that are there, and they're either like clips onto the side or a lot of them clip into the tool belts and stuff that just have a letter or like a couple of letters and then a donated number. So you can see on like one of the guys that's got like the it's on the farmer group. It just says FAM dash and then 1. Whether they're like different shifts.
Would we know what the scav code would be?
Roll a perception check just for like peeling at. Well, you can roll a perception check for that. Anyone, if you were asking, because you weren't in the room, so anyone that was in the room with scavs could be looking for someone they recognised that was knocking around, or recognise someone that they went out on the hunt with.
That perception check was 7. So.
7. No. So no, you're looking around looking for badges, and the badges. It's not like people are wearing them on a show. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm a proud. This is my visitor badge. It's here. It's a bit like it's not like the hi, I'm new. My name's Will. So they've got them just attached things, but you can see that everyone's got them there for their different denominations, you don't see or recognise anyone. But this is a full cafeteria, so you're kind of like trying to dot around as many faces as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
So you find yourself bench, slide them up. You've got a bit of space either side. It's not like super cramped, but yeah, there's conversations going on around you.
So you obviously are not okay.
Oh, I'll be fine.
So go. Are you gonna go on a run with us tomorrow?
Yeah. Sure.
I go to give him a fist bump. And then I remember he's wearing metal armor, and I kind of just do an air fist bump.
Fucking metal armor gets me every time. It's just like there's a knight stands up staring at the room.
I have taken the helmet off at this point, obviously. Bit hard to eat through the visor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted to discuss then? Just.
Yeah, and they were asking us if we wanted to do any other jobs around the place, and then if you've got any skills you want to use.
Yeah. Not quite in the same sort of categories you guys, am I? So.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Well, you know, you're a doctor, you're a chef, you're a carpenter. What am I?
I mean, did you do anything before you were homeless? Question mark.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to that one.
I mean, I'm sure you have some skills you can put to use, like go on scaverons or learn a new skill even. You know, if you are quite pleased, you know, show you how to be a field medic if that's something you wanted to do.
We could stick. I don't know if you remember when you were in school. There was like is it Kudos or something? You used to stick your details in there, and it'll tell you what job is it you've got the skills for.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah, we could see if there's a laptop and see if there's anything for you.
See if the job centre have career service advice.
Go to a fucking career advisor in a fucking zombie apocalypse. So good.
Maybe.
I appreciate.
I'm sure you've got transferable skills.
Hold on. Maybe you could be like entertainment, and you could be like a man who doesn't move, like you see walking down the street with like a. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yes, I know what you mean. Is there much need for a Tin Man entertainment in these streets?
I mean,
entertainment shall be very useful.
Yeah.
I mean, if only there's something from HR about.
Cheers, guys. I appreciate it, but yeah, just we'll do this, whatever job tomorrow, and go from there.
As you guys are eating your food and stuff, whoever sat towards the end, you feel someone just like someone pops their tray down and just slides up next to you. Just like, oh, so you guys are new guys. I've heard about you lot. Have you seen some stuff out there, have you? What have you seen? I've heard some stories. And it's like the very skinny, like slight framed, young, probably like late 20s, early 30s guy pops up there, little glasses on. That he's like poshes up as he gets in. He's like very wheedly. It's almost like his head and neck have like wiggled round to look at your whole group as you sat there.
Who are you?
Who am I? Obviously, I'm Ben. So I do a little bit of this. You know, I work in the. I hear stuff, and I work on all the systems and keep everything ticking over here. Do a bit of communication work. I used to work in IT, and yeah, they just get me walking around. But I heard some stories when I was fixing some stuff in the office about you guys coming in, that you were hanging around. It's not hard to find you either with this guy walking around and he's tin out, is it? So yeah. No, so you guys join in. Where you been from? Where'd you come from?
It's a lot of questions.
I'm just interested. I
Yeah.
want to hear this. You know, I don't get to. I was here real early, and I don't get to go out, so I kind of live vicariously through you, don't I?
That's so you nosy.
I mean,
Well, I mean, I am in charge of the communications and keeping them alive, and is gossip not a form of communication? I just wanted to, see what you've been up to, just getting a feeling, saying hello to the new boys. Is that such a crime?
What can you tell us?
Oh, well, what do you want to know?
Well, I don't know. That's why I asked it. What you could tell us.
You want me to give up some information that you don't even know what you want the answers for?
Yeah.
I mean, we could tell you something about the outside if you tell us some
this
juicy gossip about here.
is what just give it a try. Well, I can well. Well, yeah, that's what I want to know. I want to know where he came from. What have you seen? I've heard there were some stories you boys have been dealing with some. Well, they're terming them hives now. Growths, things that are out there. I've seen. I'm just interested in what's going on. Can't a man be interested in what's going on in the real world?
And zombie apocalypse, it's pretty dire out there. It's horrible. You're better off being in here.
Well, I know that. That's why I want to hear the stories. You haven't. You didn't come in from one of the groups, did you? Where have you come in from?
We're at the Buckingham camp. And we've met along the road, and we've ended up here.
Not bandits. You weren't robbing people, were you? I've heard there's some.
No, we've run into some bandits, but no, we're not bandits.
You weren't part of a group, no.
I mean, it almost sounds like you've heard a lot more about us than we even fucking know. So.
Well, yeah. We don't get many people knocking around, especially the ones that come in with bloody suits of armour and tales of hives and it's. I even heard about your friend that's in one of the cells. So it's just you're interesting people. I work with all these army bods with their bloody guns. They don't want to talk to me or tell me anything. In fact, that's how I hear most of the stuff because they stay very quiet. They don't even know I'm there. So I just want to see. I like to pick up. I like to be on the heartbeat of what's going on in the world.
Does anyone have a pen and paper?
Are you drawing a picture?
Yeah.
I think this guy wants an autograph or something.
Famous lukewarm.
Yeah. You want a pen and paper? If I can draw, we still have some power. We got computers still for a little bit. So no, you didn't come in. Okay. Well, yeah, we have heard about you. You're going to be staying.
Do you have a job search program?
A job search program? No, we just
like
go
on the computer.
Oh, what are you looking for? I mean, you know that there is, like, the rest of the world is a bit broken. There's no jobs. Jobs for here though are given out by what's his face, Captain Green, and whatever you decided. Unless you've got some skills. If you've got skills, it gets you a long way. Actually, I've had a pretty nice run just looking after all the IT. It's amazing how people don't really know how to use computers still in 2023.
What's the Wi-Fi like around here?
I mean, we don't have the internet. No, I'm not that good.
Oh,
It's mainly the short range stuff. We've got some radios here. The scavs tend to take out radios for emergency needs, so we make sure they're all maintained and kept up. We're trying to work on some broadcasts for the cars, so we can get some stuff into the car radios. The other problem we've had is they're noisy, and we had a few incidents where we sent radios out, people did turn them off, and they went off in situations where they shouldn't have gone off. Not good. But yeah, just, I tend to keep things ticking over. A lot of them, they like to work with all their maps and their boards and stuff, but for the tech that is running, that's my bag. So you didn't come in. So you haven't seen anything on the road? No other groups knocking them around? You haven't run into anybody?
Zombies?
No, I know about the zombie. Okay, it's fine. Well, that's a shame, isn't it?
Guns, lots of guns.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, that's why you're here with us. The Enclave, these guys are for the guns. They have the guns. Some of the guns, apparently, they're lost. But most of the guns, these guys have had. They're pretty good to keep us pretty safe. Okay.
They have the guns along with everything else, don't they?
Well, yeah, they do. They give some stuff out there, don't they? I mean, I've had some of all the tools and stuff I need. It keeps me. As long as it's all just about keeping busy. Keep your nose clean. Keep yourself out of trouble, and try and get whatever gossip you can. They're not very good at sharing, I'll say that, because I have to find out stuff from you guys, although you've been next to useless for me. But, other than that, I'll get to sleep at night without worrying about having my face eaten off.
Makes sense.
So, what are the perks? I've heard about perks.
Luke's interested.
Perks?
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in perks. I've heard there's some really good perks around here.
Why are you saying that in such a seedy manner? What perks are you talking about?
Sorry, I'll just push my eyebrows back down.
You're a bit of a pervert. Is that your deal? You're just a bit of a perv. Is that the one?
No, I meant a decent meal, that kind of thing.
What do you mean a decent meal? Karen does a stellar job with her crew in the kitchen. Keep us fed. I don't know what you mean by perks. You do have to. You're a weird one to watch, you are. See. What perks are you?
Takes one to know one.
Oh, cool. Oh, look at this. He's calling me a perv straight off. Bloody hell. Watch you. I'll be watching you. Perks.
Luke is suddenly uncomfortable.
Where have you seen these perks? What perks are we talking about? Is this something I don't even know about? What's perks? It's a weird word.
Well, surely as the gossip guy around here, you should know everything.
I don't know everything, do I? So I'm trying to find out some more stuff. I know important information, but you just have thrown a word around that I'm not quite sure about. So just want to check what you mean by perks. Of living here in general, or are you specifically talking about something? Because he did sound like he was talking about something a bit sexual.
I mean,
he looks at
that's just something I used to.
You're very assuming.
Oh, I'm very assuming, Mr. Perks over here. Okay. Well, no, there aren't no general perks. Alive, meals, a bed. I mean, you don't want to be, if you can get away with it, not in the old big hall. That's noisy, and there's a lot of people sleeping in there, and it does smell. That many people sleeping in a small area is not very nice. But you can find a way of getting yourself a nice bunk. The guys on the scav runs, they have the bunks outside around the corner. They get a decent night's sleep. They're the ones that bring in all the stuff. So it kind of makes sense that they get slightly nicer sleeping arrangements. Still in dorms, but we're.
What about you?
What do I get?
In the big hall, or do you get a special bed?
Well, no, I'm still in the big hall. I'm trying to work. They don't put as much of a price on my communication skills, my IT skills as I'd like. But I get to hear more being in the big room, get to listen to what's going on. But yeah, hopefully I'll get myself into a nice little cabin at some point. We're hoping they're going to find some more. Cheeky rumours they're going to get some more of these cabins in, but I don't know when. That's not happened yet.
Sounds like a little offer to you there, Luke.
Yeah. Has there been anyone who's gone rogue while you've been here?
Gone rogue? Ooh, gone rogue how?
Like, off the
Like
rails?
they've just gone. I don't know.
A mutiny, maybe?
Oh, no. Well, worst we've had is, and it kind of leans in a bit more, bit like your friend that's in these cells, people do go missing a little bit if they come back from the cruise. Don't take too kindly to being bitten. So I've had we've had some people disappear. I've heard rumours from some of the guys that they've turned away some people at the door, again, because of certain things. Nothing internal though, even not too much. I mean, there's a few people that try and push their luck here and there, trying to move some stuff around, but I think the old
Nothing
commander,
very concrete either. There's a lot of assumptions here.
Of course, there's a lot of
gossip.
assumptions here. Yeah, I told you I'm here to get a bit of gossip. They don't, like I said, their whole thing here is about peace and keeping it all and working together, and everyone's got a job and we all pull the same direction. They don't really want to broadcast when someone's doing something a little bit fucky and off. So we have to get our soaps however we can get them. So I tend to try and find the new people, find out what's going on the outside before it gets to the reports, get the odd bit here and there from them. But yeah, there's no like daily report of this is what's going on in the real world. The scav crews know the most. They give us some information, but also some of those boys are a bit. Oof. Some of them are like, I think they like the killing, so I tend to stay clear of them. They're a bit mean for my liking.
Well, if you really want to know what's going on out there, why don't you join us tomorrow when we head out?
I'll join you by providing your communications, but I've got no interest whatsoever in going out there. And I can stay here.
I mean, you seem to have a lot of interest about what's going on.
I have a lot of interest in what's going on outside. Doesn't necessarily mean I want to be there, though, does it? It's
No, you just want to hear all the gruesome details about experiencing it yourself, don't you?
well, yeah, really, just to find out what's like. It's a bit cuckoo in here. It seems like a reasonable request. It's fine. I mean, I'm just saying. I get information. I can share information with you guys. It's always nice to hear, where you guys have come from. If you've bumped into anybody else out there, know any other information to help us understand. If it's a little bit touchy, I'll leave it there. It's up to you. I just thought, be friendly.
Who's this us you keep referring to?
Who's what?
This us you keep referring to.
Us.
You keep saying us.
Yeah, the rest of us. And he kind of like gestures around. Us folk that don't get to leave, the ones that don't get to go outside. We're a little bit in the dark about how bad it is and what's going on. So we like to.
It's death and decay and not very nice.
Well, yeah, we can get that.
Then what else do you need to know?
Well, just is it getting any better? Is there anyone else? We had some rumours that there's other groups out there,
Well,
other
of course, we're not the only survivors. There are other people.
Mm-hmm. Those, like, what are those groups and what are they doing? Who are they? Because if we're the army, who are they? Who's running
are we
their
the army?
ships? Well, we're not the army, but they are pulling the strings here.
Are we the bad guys, or?
You shut up, you perv. You might be a bad guy.
I'm sure they're just trying to survive like we are.
I'm sure they are. But do you not think? I suppose you've just been out there. Drives me crazy thinking just what are they doing? How are they living? Who's running things on their ship?
You looking to jump ship?
As an opportune time to swallow my own spit. No, I don't want to jump ship. No, I'm not going to get those. It's just interesting. There's nothing going on here. It's pretty safe and boring. Like, got to think about these things, ain't you?
As I said, if this is safe and boring, come join us tomorrow.
No, I think I see where you're going with that, Tin Man. But I feel like you're better equipped with that lovely suit of armour. Where did you get that from, by the way? People are asking questions and we're all taking little side bets on why there's a man walking around in a full suit of armour?
Let's just say it was handed to me by a dear friend.
Okay.
And protection.
And protection. Okay. So you've got a bone.
Can't get bitten if you're wearing steel.
Exactly. It's very nice, but you don't tend to see like suits of armour just knocking about. Okay. Well, enjoy your runs. I'm sure we'll be in touch if you come back. If you're around for a little bit longer, if you find anything out there, you always know. I'm always here to help. I can always give a little bit of information if you want some. Sharesies, keep us in the loop. Welcome.
What was your name again?
Forgot my name, you perv. My name's Ben.
Bend over.
Ben. Pardon?
I think that was a homophobic attack, and I apologise on his behalf.
It certainly was not.
It certainly was not. I will leave you guys then. Enjoy your lunches. Just remember, when you're ever using the radio, you get radio. It's working. You've got Ben to thank, and if we can get any more comms up and running, I'm sure you boys will be out using them and handling my fine craftware with the old wiring. But no, I see you haven't got that much to offer. But yeah, you want any information, or you got any information, always willing to listen. You always come find Ben. I'm always here at lunch. He kind of scoots back. He didn't touch any of his food. Kind of, all right, well, have a good day. I'll see you next time. Scoots back, and he just, like, you see him dots like 2 to 3 tables over, does the same thing, slots down on people and starts gossiping away.
What a strange man.
What? Yeah. What just happened?
I don't know. It beats me. No idea.
I think we need to change the time. What time we go to lunch? I think.
I'm just gonna get you back.
He seems nice.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
You're just saying that because he called you out about perks.
I mean, I didn't say it in a suggestive way. I was just asking about the perks.
The perks. And I raised my eyebrows.
If you say it like that, then it does sound a bit dodgy. But I just said the perks.
Perks. Nice.
Of course you did, and I kind of turned away, holding a laugh.
Finishing up your lunches. So you finish up. Is there any else you'd like to go around the camp, check anything else whilst you're here in the Enclave, or would you like to get your night's rest, roll for your exhaustion, or take off, one of your points of exhaustion and start the next day? Up to you.
I think I'm pretty tired, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah, just rest.
Cool. So you go to leave. You realise you don't know where you're going or how to rest. Go and see Private Shepherd, and she sorts you out with the same cabin you guys had before, and gives you your badge. Like, she's almost like embarrassed that you don't have your badges and you haven't been signed in and registered. And your badges now say on there. You have a badge that says Scout, so it just says SKA and then -4. She explains to you that you've been grouped as a pod of 4. You're then, for Captain Green, sorry, what he does with, but you've been registered down as a group, and you'll sign in and sign out as a group, and therefore you've been given a cabin very similar to the cabin you were in before, but not one of the containment units. So where there was like 6 containment units in a U, the kind of one over from that, the next U, is where it looks like all the different scav crews are there, and each of the units are marked up with things. So you find the portable office thing that says Scout 4 on the front of it, open it up, and in there is a freshly laid 6-bunk dorm, squeezed in the same way it was before. And these are like porter cabin offices. They've got a front door in the middle, and then they've got 3 beds that go either side, 3 bunks, sorry, that go either side, to get you guys settled in. But yeah, you find your bunk, got all the stuff you had in there before, basic linens and bits. You can knock yourself down, hide your bags and stuff under your bunk, and lay down for the evening. Sweet. So, you had a lovely night's rest in a similar bunk to you had before. You get a nice, it's slightly quieter away from the main rabble of the main hall in your little container blocks with the rest of the scav crews. For those that are slightly lighter sleepers, you would have heard a few crews coming back late into the evening, and then you're probably woken up as you hear a lot of the doors open, a lot of the movement around as a lot of the scav crews start to wake up bright and early in the morning. As they start moving around to get themselves ready. So the noise would be enough that you hear enough of the rabble that it wakes you up individually. As it's probably about 5:30, 6 in the morning, as the light's starting to come up, the sun's starting to come up, that you hear that a lot of them are out and boots are moving in and walking on the pathways outside your cabin. So after you wakey.
I'm going to get up and get dressed and kind of follow the sounds of boots, because I assume that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get yourself ready to go out on the job.
As an old man, I'm already up and ready.
Sat reading a book like, oh.
I've been up for 2 hours.
I asked the others to help get me back into my suit.
We're going to be late. It's like it takes 10 minutes to put on, guys. Cool.
Luke's having a lie-in this morning.
Laziest one. Cool. So you're going to get up. If there's no conversation to be had, you make your way over to the huts. And as you, by the time you've got the suits of armour on, got Luke out of bed and moving, there's you're like the last of the groups that are moving out. And you see when you get into that, like the rest of at this time in the morning, you see a few people that are getting set up in each of those gazebos. The sun's starting to come up and get set, but there's not a lot of movement around, like a bit of like a cold chill in the air of that morning. As you're walking down, the only movement being kind of the scav crews making their way to that hut. And as you get in there, like a strong smell of coffee, a lot of talking, a lot of hush moving around there, hit with like a wave of warm of just like lots of human bodies. And as you get in, you realise you are one of the last crews that have made their way into the hut there, as kind of Captain Green's out kind of addressing everyone that's there, and she's like, morning, gentlemen, we've got another day ahead of us. Looks like weather's going to be good today, which is nice for your scav runs. Each of your scav run bosses will, or leaders, will have your assignments. They've all been divvied out for you guys. And as he looks around, he catches your guys, and he's like, and we'd like to welcome a new scav crew on. Scav crew 4 joining us for their first run today. And everyone kind of turns around to look at you guys. And one guy goes, he's got a fucking suit of armour on. He's like, yes, they have a suit of armour. We've heard good things about these guys. They are new in, so make sure you give them a nice welcome, get them set up, but we will be sending them out. We may be pairing you up. We'll let you know as we go. It's like one thing to just bear in mind, all teams going out today, be careful around the outskirts. We had a bit of disruption during the night. We sent one of the crews out. Also, we had to turn around a few people last night. There's potentially a group of survivors that are nearby that tried to come in. Unfortunately, they were checked, and a few, or one at least, I'm told, were bitten. So be careful around the immediate vicinity when leaving, that you don't bump into them or find them. Yeah, bad situation, but not much we can do about it from here. So yeah, have good runs. You know who you are. Scav Team 4, I'll speak to you now. And the rest of them are like, okay. Start drinking a drink, start pinning up some stuff as he kind of waves you guys over to him. So as you get there, he's like, good morning, gentlemen. Good to see you're here. Nearly missed the morning briefing, but all fit and ready. Matthew, good to see you're with us as well. Just to let you guys know, have no news yet on Dylan. Been filled in fully now on what the situation is and what's been going on there. Sounds like he just made a little bit of a mistake on re-entry from teams, but so you are aware. I guess we should have briefed you before going out, so I'll take that one, that rap on the knuckles. The protocol for the run. So you'll get your job now. You will be either between yourselves, assign yourself a scav leader, or if you want to be accompanied by someone, we can assign you one for this run. They will keep all the mission details of what you're doing. The rest of you get geared up, but you seem to be as geared up as you are. We can sort you some stuff out. You will go out. We ask that you try and fulfill your mission, but do not put yourselves in danger. You have, luckily with you, the doctor here, which is even more important that we keep you safe and keep him safe. We need all of you back here. Anyone that we lose is another able-bodied man or woman who can get us some food. So keep your eyes on the prize, but don't risk your lives for these jobs. We can come back. Collect all the intel you can from them. If you are going to an area and you are finding things, use the patterns. We'll get someone to give you a run through of the spray paint and the different signage that we use here in the Enclave. So we'll get someone to run you through that, and then and collect all the information you can. Intel is key here. The more we know about hordes, the more we know about sightings of larger groups, the more we know about, from your information, these new things we're finding, hives, we're terming them, we need to know. So we can mark them down. We don't need them cleared straight away. You can come back, we'll get them sorted. And then when you're back, the main thing is that you hand over your gear. That'll all be sorted. If there's anything you want preference on, make sure you let the crews know when you hand it back in that you'd like some preference on stuff. That's mainly for any of your luxury items. Anything you find that you don't need, anything that's food based, obviously is going to go. Anything that's useful tools wise is going to go. Anything you find that you just fancy the look of, just let them know. They'll tag it. You should get it back. That's one of the ideals of being out on the scav crew. But obviously, don't pick up the stuff you want instead of the stuff you're out there to go and get. Should be pretty obvious. And then when you're back, you just submit yourself for an exam. If you have taken, you've been in any fights, you've had any scuffles, better to be safe than sorry. And yeah, like I said, just be careful this time round. We had word that someone approached the front gates last night. They were checked over by the staff, and unfortunately, a few of them, one or a few of at least were found to have bite marks. We just can't take the risk on bringing them in. You guys know the dangers of that, so just be careful when you're out there in case you bump into anything or anyone trying to get their way in. Other than that, have a good run. What we're going to do is, I had a word with the commander last night. He doesn't want to send you out on the med runs yet, Doctor. We probably want to send out a larger crew, so we're just going to send you off to one of the nearby streets to do a bit of a little door-to-door on the houses. How does that sound?
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Are we getting some more experience? People with us to show us the ropes.
We can send out we can send you out with a scav leader if you'd like a scav leader. Yeah, no worries about that.
As long as it isn't Dylan.
No, it's not. No, Dylan. Like I said, I haven't heard anything yet. He doesn't seem to have made any decisions one way or the other yet. But you guys will find out, I'm sure, if and when he does. But yeah, we want to get you out and working as soon as possible. It will definitely help to get you guys in and accustomed as much as possible. We don't want to tarnish you all with the same brush, eh?
I think Luke should be going in for some leadership training.
Leadership training.
I think Luke should be going in for some training.
Cool. What are you trying to say?
That you would excel in a leadership role?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need training for that.
Well, all the training you're going to get is
born leader.
Mainly out on the field. If you don't have someone that has taken any lead, that's fine. We'll pair you up with someone. I'll grab someone from the other teams. I don't think we're not going to be able to get Max out. So yeah, we'll try and grab someone out. Either Matt or Mo will find you out there. Is there anything you guys need? I know you're all kitted out. You've got your weaponry, but is there anything else you are missing that you would like to see if we can get hold of for a bit of door to door?
Have any hard hats?
Hard hats?
Protection.
No, we don't have any hard. We don't have hard hat for. That's not a standard, is it?
Do you have any first aid kits or medical kits going spare?
Go and spare is an interesting turn of phrase. We can maybe get you a single kit. We'd hope that we're gonna do the run on the med supply soon, so that will get us some more. But yeah, let me see if we find. We should be able to get you at least a first aid kit.
Matthew, you've taken your lance on the door-to-door run?
Of course.
Good.
You got any tools that we can use to get into these sort of places, or is it just knock down the door?
We can probably sort you a crowbar. That'll make things a little bit easier if you don't have one between you.
Any bags? We can bring stuff back in.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll kit you all out with a decent-ish sized rucksack, so you can grab as much as you can. And on the door to doors, you're mainly looking for food. Houses have some stuff. But yeah, you're not going to find a shotgun in a house. That would be ridiculous. I don't know why you'd ask for that. But yeah, food you're looking for, any provisions, any medical supplies you can pull from cupboards, general household items that may be useful. Anything you find that feels like it could have a bit of value.
A sofa, maybe?
A sofa? You want to
How
carry a
big's your
sofa?
bag, Luke?
There's a bag of holding.
I'm just thinking of things we've got in the past.
You took a sofa in the past? Okay.
We did, yes.
Yeah,
Actually.
we'll
It was really comfortable.
Beth was very attached to it.
Well, that's lovely. No, sofa's probably not a good idea. I mean, if we were going to send out vehicles, we'd probably go for furniture stores and get some more stuff. But I don't think furniture's really top of the list. Food. I'm a bit more worried now. Yes, food, medical supplies, anything that can be deemed for protection you can find, any decent clothing that you can bring in that's going to help. A sofa, not. Things can fit in a backpack that you can get out of the house quickly with.
I mean, I'm guessing we'll need some tea bags because we'll probably need to make a fire at some point.
Right, I'm gonna send Hunter with you guys because I feel like you need a bit of a crash course on this one. I'm not sure that you quite got the gist of what we're getting at here.
We're fine. They're just mucking about.
I know what you're at. It's
Well,
good of him.
we're very experienced with crashes as well, thanks to Dylan.
Okay. Perfect. So, yeah, we'll send you out. We'll give the pack to Hunter. He'll know the street to take you to. Yeah, there's a few buildings there. We don't know what is in there. The houses are a bit hit and miss on what you're going to find when you get inside. So make sure you are being careful. Like I said, we don't want to lose anyone today. But Hunter will keep you in line, so don't worry about that. Any questions? Any more stuff? He's like, oh, that first aid kit, and he goes back. And there's, I think we've seen before, like towards the back, there's like tables set up with different packs and different bits on there. So he goes, grabs the first aid kit, throws that to, I'm assuming, the doctor.
Yeah. First aid kit.
He would give it to, yeah, first aid kit. It's the 1d4 one. My fucking card. Cool. And he's like, right, if you've got nothing else, have a good first scav run. Remember, take it slow, take it steady. Hunter will look after you. Yeah, there's only about like 6 or 7 houses that you really need to get in clear, so it should be an easy job. Yeah. No more questions?
Good to go.
Yeah, good to go, yeah.
Alright, wait here. Hunter will come and grab you in a second. Where the fuck did I put that? Can't find my cardboard to hide stuff from you. How can I hide stuff from you? Have it. Lovely. So, Hunter comes and grabs you, and he's like, and you remember Hunter was the gruffer one from the fight before, in the shop. takes you, make sure your kit's all set out, gives you your backpacks, explains to you you're going to a street that is a few rows back, that some people went in to try and clear a few days ago, but there was zombie presence on the streets. That zombie presence, we've been told, as of yesterday, has all been cleared now. So free to go and try and get some stuff from there. Doesn't foresee too much of a problem. Should be a simple door-to-door job. Get in, get out, clear whatever's in there, take it simple and go from there.
I feel like this is a trap.
What? I immediately feel like I'm trapped. You can check. You can inside check him if you think he's bullshit about stuff.
Oh no, I'll trust him.
I think it's a trap, but I trust you implicitly.
No, I think this is a trap, but Luke trusts him.
Oh, okay. That's what we like to see. Perfect. So you guys head out, make your way through the streets as you're there. As you are coming across, and it's eerily quiet. So as you're making your way out, and each of the groups go out kind of one at a time. They let you out the main gate this time, the front gate, which you guys came through. Hannah kind of points you in a direction. And as you kind of pass through the safe set of streets, you go past the barricades again. You can see that further out on the kind of T-junctions of main road coming towards the Legion, they're like blockaded off to stop some of the kind of zombies coming through. And as you get to the first one of the street, kind of you're going out, you see there's a few live or semi-live zombies that are impaled, and Hunter just blade out into the side of the heads of the two as they drop down. He says to you guys, these are quite good, these barricades, that keep them nice and simple. If you ever get in trouble, make sure you're bringing them onto them, and they'll do most of the work for you. Don't do any work you don't have to do. Make the kill as easy as possible. That's really nice. So you boys have been on some runs, done some house before. What's your skill set? Anyone particularly strong?
Carpentry, and I kind of gesture to my hammer.
Carpentry. Well, you can take a door for its hinges, can you?
For me, probably cooking in cantonade kicks.
Right. That's a useful.
Would you call it a strong point?
Yeah. That's useful. Lovely. Right. Well, I'm sure you've done a bit of this. What we would like to do is, as he's walking through, you see there's then a group of people, like a group sat on the roadside just a bit further up. Look like they're like bent over. There's one sat on the floor. Two are just kind of like crouched down hunting, panting. As you guys come around the corner, Hunter sees him and stops you guys. Whoa. Does anyone want to roll perception checks?
Yeah. 9.
Nice.
6.
14.
21.
21, nice. As he's looking out, he's like, alright. Well, we might have our first little attacks of the day. These look like they're not noticing. He's like, okay. And as he starts to put up, as you look through Matthew, and the light is coming up, the sun's not fully up yet, the light's coming up, you notice, and you can see, just from the way they're stood, that they're definitely human, not zombie. Like, you can tell from the way that you haven't seen zombies like crouched over, panting clearly, like breathing. And as you're looking, but then there's one guy sat on the floor as he's looking up, and he's like, right, does anyone want to take point on this one?
Hang on.
I tap Matthew on the back and say, "You're up, Iron Man."
Ding, ding, ding.
They're human. They're not.
Yeah. What do you mean?
But you think they're gonna?
What do you mean there? Well, you got to be careful with it. What if they're gonna try and bite your face off? Why don't you lead the way?
Okay. Yeah.
I'll stay out to
Okay,
the
I'll
side,
lead the way.
just in case. We got. I mean, be careful. But I feel like you look alright. You're in a suit of armor, so you should be okay. I'm gonna creep round the side. If shit goes down, we'll jump in.
Yeah.
Cool. You start making your way forward. He's gonna Hunter's kind of like skulks off to the side on the street, and as you're walking down the main street, they're like on the left hand side. He's sticking to the right hand side, arcing around behind him. How would the rest of you like to approach?
I'll be at the back.
I'll be middle.
I'll go behind Matthew.
How close behind? Like
I-
touching hips?
No. I'm gonna go behind him, like, I don't know, like half a meter.
Mm-hmm.
We could just do a nice little conga line if you want.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, Macarena.
So you make your way up. You just walking up towards them, or are you trying to creep up on them?
In the suit of armor.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, I'm gonna go stealth, but I don't think there's any point with
I'm not.
him in front of me.
So
I am not even going to bother trying to stealth
you
it.
walk up straight to him. So yeah, kind of Hunter's peeled round to the right hand side, sitting back, and he's watching you four walk up. He's just like, fuck. So he's still skulking a bit, but noticing that you guys are just walking straight at him, he's like, whatever, you do what you want to do. And as they hear you turn around, one of them turns around and goes, what the? What? Where are you? We said we'd leave. Honestly, just please. We're going. We just need to take a rest, please.
What do you mean you said you'd leave?
Where-
Would you...
Where are you from? What?
We just left the Enclave.
Yeah, yes, and just give us a second. She needs to rest, and then we'll move on when we're ready. We'll find somewhere else to go.
They turned you away.
Yes, they said that they wouldn't. They could let two of us in, but they wouldn't take her. And you see there's the young, like kind of young female on the floor. Like actually, no, I say young female, like probably early mid-30s.
Young.
Yeah, I suppose how young is young, right? Sat down and just bent over in half, suddenly just heavy breathing. Doesn't look good, like sweating from where she is. And the guy that's talking to you now is like late 20s guy who's sat there. There's another younger woman at the other side, just as they're both kind of breathing. The woman is tending to the one that's on the floor, but the one that whilst two of them are looking at you, the one that's sat kind of bent over just breathing is not looking up at all. You can see they're just concentrating on just getting breath in their lungs.
Yeah, medicine check on her?
Yeah. And as he sees you going, he's like, "Are you a doctor?"
I am, yes.
Yes. Can you? They took us in for this whatever it was, initial check, and asked us some questions, and they said that we couldn't come in because of it. Well, we could come in, but she can't come in, and we're not leaving anyone behind.
Did they tell you why?
No, they said that we were too badly injured. We had to fight some of these things on the way in. It's not been an easy run. You know what it's like here, and she's taken a bite from one of them, and it looks like it's possibly infected, but it doesn't look like it's a reason to not let people in. Roll a medicine check.
24.
24, nice. Yeah, you can see that there's actually a few bites on her, but there's one across her forearm that is constantly kind of like weeping, not bleeding out a lot, but like weeping, bits of blood, bits of like an infected goo, yeah, like a creamy white substance. I have no other way of saying it than saying a creamy white substance. I tried my hardest to rack my brain. It's not going to come out. Creamy white substance, as well as some blood that you can see on her arm, but she's not even paying attention to it. She's just sat like almost legs straight, sat upright, body bent over, just breathing, just trying to get air into her lungs. So you can see, there's a bite there. It looks much like the bite marks, and it must be a day or two old from the infection that's happened there. It's not fresh. The fact that the bleeding stopped and the infections hit would tell you that it's a couple of days old.
I saw hair in my head, and I sort of shake it, and like, I'm like, no.
Can I take the bloke aside?
Mm-hmm.
How long ago did she get bit?
What day is it today? It was probably, I don't know, like two nights ago, 3 nights ago. Honestly, we've not really slept. We've just tried to find space where we can and keep moving, and we were told that there might be some help here at the base, but clearly not. But yeah, it was a few days, maybe 3, maybe 4. I don't even know anymore.
You do realise what that probably means.
Well, I mean, yeah, if she's got an infection, then we need to find some medical supplies, or I don't know what.
How many is this been like your full group the whole time? Have you had anyone else that's been before that's been bit before?
We split. Been bit before. We've split with people from the main road. We got locked in the cars when the gridlock happened. We survived from the cars with a few groups of people. Some people tried to force their cars out, and then we've mainly been just kind of making our way back towards the main city. And we've seen these things and we've hid from these things, but not just bitten. We've lost people. Why? What's the significance?
We've had people been bit before, and before too long, they turn into one of them. Looking at the fact that they've turned you away and the infection, I don't think she's going to be her much longer.
Well, of course you're going to say that. You've just come from the same place they have.
Believe me, I don't want an affiliation with that place myself. That's not me at all. I'm being 100% honest with you here. We've experienced it ourselves.
Roll a persuasion check. Because it's a pretty mental thing to tell someone.
It is.
By the way, who did?
A 16.
16. Okay. He kind of looks back at her, sat there, just struggling to breathe as Ted's kind of looking over and then he looks again at where Ted, you're kind of inspecting the arm and sees the bite, sees the infection, and he kind of locks eyes with the other girl who's there, kind of conversing a bit with you, Ted, but mainly just there to support the other girl. And he's like, "Oh, we can't leave her. What do you do? What happened? Where do we go from here?"
All I say is we left it too long before, and I mean, you don't want to see the turn happen. Is all I'll say. You don't want to, one, be there when it happens. That these things have unbelievable strength. Like, if it's just the two of you and her, she's going to overpower both of you. I know it's not an easy decision to take, but like, I don't know. You two of you just need to.
At this point, the other woman stands up, leaves you, Ted, and comes round, just seeing that this guy is kind of just had the world dropped on him a little bit, and she comes up and she's like, "What's going on? What? We need to come on, David. We need to go. He's like, "Hang on. There's she's not going to make it. She's not going to. And then this girl just looks at you. She's like, "What have you told him? We just need to find some supplies. We just need to find some antibiotics. We need to. It's an infection, all right? It can be treated. These cunts are the same as those cunts. They're not going to let us in anywhere. We'll just do it ourselves. We've been doing it ourselves for the last week. We'll carry on doing it ourselves."
This is not a normal infection, I'm afraid. There is no cure. There is no medicine. There is no helping her.
There's just no helping people. What? So we just that's it.
No, not with this kind of infection. No, I'm sorry.
I refuse. We just leave her like this? Leave her on the side of the road? Look at these things. They could be anywhere.
If you continue to take her around with you, she will become one of these things.
Honestly, the best thing to do would be to, as much as I hate to say this as a doctor, is to put over misery. In the most, maybe find some paracetamol or something, or some other form of drug.
Yeah.
That, so that she'll just go peacefully into sleep.
You're a doctor. You're just sat in front of her here telling... This is disgusting. David, let's just go. We'll find stuff on our own if we need to find stuff on our own. This is ridiculous. These guys are telling us to kill Rachel here in the street. Like, what's happened to the world? Why is this... This can't be the only solution.
Luke's getting really agitated at this point.
Have I got your passive perception? What's everyone's passive perception?
14.
Anyone above a 14? Or equal?
16.
Nice. You two clock that you can't see Hunter anymore. Like, he's not where he was, and he has kind of like disappeared around, and you see he's like coming around from behind the group, coming towards you guys, and he has his knife in his hand. As this outburst, she's like, "Come on, David, let's just go." And he's like, we need to think about. We can't with just two of us. Can we do it? We can't. And he's like, you can't just at least get us somewhere to try and help and find.
There is no helping her. As much as it pains me to say, there's just no helping her.
As
we're sorry.
This is disgusting. This can't be the way. And as you see, Matthew Hunter, walks up, and he is like close to getting 5 foot away from this Rachel that lives on the floor, and he just looks at you, almost like expectantly waiting for you to do something. Like, he's looking at you. He has his knife in his hand, and he's just like, you can see the anticipation in his face of waiting for you to do something or say something, or just there.
I'm just gonna nod my head at him.
I mean, I'm shaking my head at him because
I'm just going to shrug my shoulders, just to continue the trend.
Yeah.
Saying not like this.
So yeah, are you still with Ted?
Yeah, I kind of sort of stand between Hunter and her.
Because he also was like, "Doctor, stand aside. Just we know it needs to be done."
I know what needs to be done, but not like this. It needs to be more peaceful. Like, I don't know what else. You can't just murder her.
I mean, it needs to be quick, really.
As you're having this conversation, the other girl turns around. She's like, "What are you doing? Get away!" And she goes towards Hunter. He just pushes her back. And he's like, "We've got to do it. You know we've got to do it. So let's just. I'm sorry, but it's gonna have to happen. So it's me doing it now, or you lot can fanny around with it. What do you want to do?" The David guy he is like lost completely.
Can't just murder her like this, Hunter. It's got to be another way of doing it.
Are you going to find a way? You want to carry her with us? We've got a mission to do. You know what we need to do, and you know what this is going to happen. Roll a persuasion check, Ted.
Well, that's not going to go well. That would be a 5.
5. He looks at you. Looks like almost like you're saying that it needs to be this other way, and he's like, you know, there's no other way. Like he looks at you literally like, you know, this is the way. This is the only way.
I know what needs to happen. It's just how it happens is what I'm saying.
He goes, there's only one way this happens, and he just pushes the
But
girl
at least
back and
let
just
them
he stabs. He goes straight into the back of the skull of the Rachel that's there. Holds her head, pulls out the knife, lays her down on the ground. As the other girl, because he shoved this girl back, she screams and goes for him as he like kind of wipes his knife off her sheath, pushes her down to the ground and then turns and starts to walk away. She's just like, "What? You can't just kill people in the streets. What's going on?" And the David guy kind of crouches down. Lee and Hunter kind of starts to walk off towards where he was directing you guys to wait to see what happens.
I just sort of half collapse, sitting on the ground. I would check her, but I know there's nothing to check.
It was like, and he's clean that. It was a hold the forehead through the back of the skull all the way through. Remove the knife. Back in the sheath, lays the body down. He doesn't just drop it. He lays her down, and then pushes the woman as she comes back from again. And then he just turns.
And just sort of sit there in disbelief and shock.
David, this is disgusting. Let's go. We don't need to be here. We can go and find somewhere else to stay. We don't need to be with these animals. This is disgusting. You can't just treat people like this. I know she was sick, but if we don't look after each other, then what else do we have?
Yeah.
She starts to like pull him with her, and he's gone.
I just respond with death. That was it.
Death comes to us all. He's like,
Kind of staring blankly into not really looking at anything, just forward.
so yeah. So this girl's
I try and apologise to them. I'm guessing they're already on their way off, or is David still?
he's dragging his feet. He turns and looks at Rachel laying on the floor, and you kind of just see his eyes wide. He looks kind of round at you guys. Just vomits all over the floor, like all over his shoes. It's nasty by the vomit. As this other girl's like, we need to leave. She's like, you guys are sick, disgusting, and just pulls him as he starts to trope off, and they go off towards the same sort of direction that Hunter's going, but just pulling themselves away from there.
I rolled a 15 for a perception check on the neighbourhood watch.
Nice. 15 as they stomp off and walk off, you listen out, like you can see hunters walking up towards the street. You look back, you hear a few murmurings, but you're not hearing any like doors banging or anything that's super clear. But that was a loud conversation / shouting around this area. But yeah, as you stand now,
there's no curtains being touched or anything like that.
What did you got, a 15?
Yeah.
No, not you're noticing. You're mainly concentrating on can you see anything up the road, down the road, and then can you hear anything? Because a lot, as you know, a lot of the time you're going to hear these things before you see them because of the noise they make. But no, you don't see anything else other than, you hear the odd murmur, but nothing that's close enough that you'd be worried about.
I hear at this point walk up to Hunter and say to him, "You could have at least let them say goodbye to her."
Look, this is always going to be fucking difficult, whichever way you look at it. That didn't seem like it was going that well. I'm not gonna lie.
You couldn't fucking tell from where you were. You just came in and fucking went straight for the kill.
You've got to make decisions. If what are you going to do? They're going to carry her out. They didn't sound like they were going to do it. Did you want to do it? Because it didn't sound like anyone wanted to do it. I looked around. None of you want to fucking do anything. Like, someone's got to make the hard decisions. If that's me, that's me. If I have to rub my hands and apologise every so often, so be it. If they take that one away and she turns, that's another one for us to take down. That's another house that might have something in it. That's another life that we're risking because someone's not willing to make the decision. You guys need to start making these decisions, or just let me make the decisions and shut the fuck up.
I put my hand on Matthew's shoulder and I say, he's right, you know.
I kind of sigh and just walk off a bit.
So, shall we get on to our mission for the day?
Yeah.
Starts with. Cool. So you don't walk very long. To be fair, another like 5-10 minutes up through some streets as it clears off, and you notice the markings on the streets. Some of the actual streets themselves have been marked, and when you get to a point where there's like some red lines painted across, and it's kind of on there, almost like it doesn't make sense because it's 100% not safe, but it's written on there like safe zone. If you were walking towards the Enclave base, it would say safe zone. Obviously, you're reading upside down because you're walking down. And that's the red line. As he passes, he's like, right, this is as far as we've cleared safely. Anything from here, be on high guard. You get the odd straggler in the safe zone, but this is where we've got the real meat and potatoes. So he's like, this block up here is where we're going to clean today. Should be easy enough. So, shall we see what you boys have to offer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And you are presented with a street, a block surrounded by different houses. Where's the? Oh, that's not working. No. That's the other camera. Oh no.
Oh, different camera. Nice.
Yeah, just so we can get an idea where you are. So yeah, you come in on the top corner. You have in front of you a block. You have and how many places down? You've got 3 houses one side, 3 houses the other side. They want you just to get in, get as much as you can out there, and what you bring back will be your spoils. It doesn't know what's going to be inside each of the houses as you break them in, but up to you, whichever way you want to take it. And he also does so in like a manner that is not befitting of someone that's just stabbed and murdered a human. Like that's gone. That in his head is gone. That's 10 minutes ago. That's done. You're on a different part now. Right. Let's get on with this job. So he's like, right. So over to you guys. How do you guys want to run this? You want some tips? You want to get in and do it yourself? Show me what you got. How do you think? So we've got 6 houses here. We don't know what's inside. We can go either way. However you want to play it.
I mean, this is not my fault. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing.
I lead the way. Show us how it's done.
All right. Oh, training day. Right. So, yeah, don't put the healer up front. That's never a good idea. So you want someone. Oh God, this is going to be fun. I haven't got the doors. Oh shit. Can I quickly go around the doors, or have I got something to place for a door instead? I left the door markers in the other room. Give me a second. So the door for that one is there. The door for that one is there. She's like, what I would suggest is you have some way of trying to check whether there are any zombies inside first. That's always a good start. You then have 2 people in the front door, here at the back, and It's up to you. Some people like to run a gun, bash a door, go in first, see what's going on. Others like to sit, wait, and see what happens. It's completely up to you. I've seen both methods work. It all depends on your penchant for killing the undead. So I suggest you have two up front. Someone either has a little peek inside or creates some noise, see what's going on, and we go from there. Sound good? You want to organise yourself?
Savvy.
What, should we split into 2 and a 3?
Surely we should stay together. But I suppose in rooms it will be harder to
Yeah, I would suggest for clearing you don't try and open too many doors at once. We've done that before as well. It doesn't always go well. Remember, with houses, it's normally one way in, one way out, unless you're, you're particularly keen on smashing yourself through windows. Which, let me tell you, I've seen someone try it. It's a lot fucking harder than it looks. When you jump at a window, it doesn't just break. I'll warn you that now. And he kind of looks at Luke when he says that.
I don't know why he's looking at me.
What are you looking at me for? Cool. So, who wants to be up front?
I mean, I can go up front.
Yeah, Lou, why don't you try one of your famous catalog kicks?
He's going to stand.
And it makes plenty of noise.
Don't mind what's done.
I put it on personal. Fuck you, Dylan. Fuck you.
It looks like you've got a good enough run up.
So yeah, he'll stand back. He's like, I'll keep guard. It's always good to have a guard as well. If someone wants to keep guard down every way, Doctor, that might be your job. We'll keep this one
Yes,
off.
I can do that.
And then the three of you decide for yourself. Right. So I would suggest you all try and find what's going on in there. Up to you again. A little peeky. Do you want to catch them by surprise, or do you want to bring them to the front door? Again, up to you.
I mean, I'll go up and bang on the door.
Here we go. He's to get him to the front, is he? Right, you walk up and bang on the door. Can you roll a D20, please?
17.
17, nice. So you bang on the door, stand back, and you wait. You don't hear anything from the front. Nothing comes and hits the door as you've bashed on the door. And you're like, okay, cool. Seems pretty good sign that nothing's running down the stairs or running through the house to get to the front door. Anyone else want to try anything else?
Is there a window like there as well?
Yeah, there's a window on that front side. Yeah.
Can I peek through the window?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
That's 16.
16. As you peek through, you can see the house looks fairly untouched, doesn't it? Like there's been any like stuff knocked over, bits, everything is set. You don't see any movement inside.
I kind of give Luke a thumbs up to go ahead with whatever he wants to do with the door.
So you were lent, whoever wants to take it, a crowbar, which I know Dylan normally has, for helping to get in. And Hunter will be like, yep, well, a good way to do is get the crowbar in against the door, give it a good push. He's like, or, give it a slap. Again, whatever tickles your fancy.
You bet a little slap on the tickle?
I mean, firstly, I'm going to try and just open it to see if it's locked.
Cool. Yep, it is. And as you go to, like, one of the, I was going to say perspex, one of the plastic doors that you get, like I can't even think of the freaking, like PVC. PVCs. Yeah, you get that. So your handle moves, but it doesn't open the door at all, and you know that when you push on it, you can see where the locking mechanism is to get the crowbar in for the best point of view to try and pop the door open. Pop, pop.
Okay, so I'm going to say to Matthew, do you want to try and prop it with the crowbar, and I'll try and knock it down?
Yeah. Have I got the crowbar?
Yeah, if you want to take the crowbar, whoever wants to take the crowbar, it's just to be passed around, to be fair.
Okay.
We're not going to counterattack it.
Wait, there's time. So I'm going to go and take a big long run up and plant our kick it.
Nice. Roll a strength check.
I think I've got the. Is it acrobatics?
Am I standing by the door with
I'm
the crowbar?
assuming you're
at
moving
this-
out. I think you come to the door with a crowbar, and he just goes to you. Stand back.
Oh yeah.
Crowbar and the
I
lamps.
think you know what's coming. So you stand at the
Fuck's
side.
sakes. Yeah.
So can I use acrobatics?
No, you can't. You've got to use athletics, strength. No, it's just a strength check actually. So it's just your d20 plus your strength modifier. Because how are you going to acrobatically force a door
I
open?
did.
You could do a backflip off the door if you want with acrobatics, but
Runs up the door, does a backflip.
Don't give him
or somehow
ideas.
falls off the hinges.
lands on his head, dies.
So that is a 5.
A 5. I think you can guess how this goes. Stands
And here's the
back,
content.
runs, jumps, hits the door, and it's almost like a spring. Springs back as you kick it. But it does more damage to you than it does to you than you do to it. As you land on your ass. 5 is still pretty low. You're lucky, I think.
There's the trademark.
As he looks back and goes,
Ah, there you go.
did you just try and kick in the door?
If you can call it a kick.
We let him have his little bit of fun before doing it properly.
Well, I thought I was in for something special then, but I've just watched a grown man kick a door and fall on his ass.
Every now and then it works.
Yeah.
That's
makes it easy to open later on.
It's how we do things. He loosened it like a jar.
Oh, he loosened it like a jar.
Exactly.
Yeah, what's the word you used to describe us? Unorthodox?
Yeah, you can definitely say that.
Misfits.
Rebels even.
Idiots. Rebel scam. Cool. Do you want to try with a crowbar?
Yes.
So you put a crowbar in. So it's a advantage roll strength check.
That is a 19.
Are you going to look back at Luke and just say something witty?
You wedged crowbar in exactly where you can see the lock is. Lean into it, and it does the same as you've done it a few times. I mean, a few times you have kick doors, but you've seen it when it works when these PVC doors almost like bend to the point that you think they're going to break in, and the lock just pops out, and the door flies open, hits the back, and comes down. The front door is open. You are presented with.
I'm gonna look at Hunter and I'm gonna go. See.
I say good job on loosening it, Luke.
Loosen it up. Nice. Door is open. As you wait.
Who's going in first? So.
I
me to go first?
pass the crowbar back to... Who wants to take the crowbar? Because I'm going to obviously get my lance out, so...
Give it to Luke.
I mean, I'm gonna get my knife out, but I could hold the crowbar as well, I guess.
Leader Luke.
Go on, I'll head in first.
Cool. So you head in, going in, stealthily going in, or are you going in? Stumbling?
He's gonna go in
You've just-
acrobatically.
You have just kicked. Yeah, you can do a cartwheel.
He's
You
gonna
have
do
just
a
kicked
flip,
the door.
yeah.
Like the door opening was loud. Like it pops out and slams into with the force on the crowbar. Will always slam the door almost into the wall behind it. So you've made noise opening the house, and you banged on the door.
I'm still gonna go stealthily because that's what Luke thinks is the
Nice.
right thing to do.
Cool. Roll stealth check.
11.
11. So you start creeping in as you get into the first room. Go from the hallway into the main room. There's no one in there. I'm just fucking.
And there's a zombie cantina kicks him out.
Oh, I can't wait to put that in. No, as you creep through the first room, creep through the second, you can see and you get the feel from being in there that there is, nothing's been moved. This house has been left for a while. No one's got in and and stolen anything. It looks fairly intact. So you're like, nice, das ist good. No electricity, so nothing's on. It's like a very quiet house, but it doesn't look like it's broken. So there is 4 rooms in this house, so 4 opportunities for investigation checks to find gear. And there are 4 of you, so if you'd like to take a room each, you can do it that way. Or you can load it on people that are better at it, but I think it's more fun if you all roll.
Yeah.
What rooms are there?
There is a bathroom and then just a couple of standard household rooms.
I'll check bathroom for medicine.
So give me a
there a-
investigation check.
Is Beth looking for a bag?
No.
You've
no,
got you've been given. You've
Yeah, I
already
know.
given that.
But just
Beth, what's
carry on
Beth
the
looking
narrative.
for? Beth is looking for. Well, they said we should only be looking for food and medical supplies. So I guess I'm going to look in the living room for like snacks on the side or something.
I rolled a 23.
23. Jeez.
I have a +8 to investigation.
Nice. In the bathroom, can you roll me 3 d6s and give me them as one at a time?
5,
Yep.
a 6,
Yep.
and another 5.
Oh, that's very good rolls. You find 2 first aid kits and 1 shaving kit.
Yes.
Very good.
I got a 10.
10. You still find that. So roll a d10.
Fuck's sake, I'm outside. 2.
As you go through, you don't see any snacks inside, but you do find a set of binoculars, just like on like a bookshelf, just sat there. You pull them out, and they look in pretty good nick.
Is there some form of kitchen or something in the house?
There is some form of kitchen, yes.
So I'm just looking for food, tins, stuff.
Yep.
Maybe some like pomegranate molasses. See if there's any of that in there.
You find a zombie, and it kills you and eats you alive.
Surprise round.
Roll your investigation check.
If I get a natural 20, can I get pomegranate molasses?
No. Let's see. I don't say yes, and then you magically roll a nat 20 when I'm not looking.
I got 11, so
11. Roll 1d8, please.
five.
5. You find. You do find some food. You find enough rations for a couple of days in there. But yeah, you find some of the food that you were there to try and pick up. Canned food, a few dried things, some pastas and stuff. Not a
Okay.
huge haul, just a small haul. Is there one more roll?
I'm going to look for like stuff like cigarettes, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Investigation.
that is an 8.
8. You
Yes.
find nothing. No, so as you go through the other living space within there, it's just like table chairs, some like serving bits in there. There's like a bit of cutlery. There's some placemats and stuff, but nothing useful. As you're looking around, you don't see any signs of smokers or any smoking autrement. So no, bad investigation roll. Bit funny. But yeah, you clear the house out. You feel like it's pretty well cleared out. You've got all the bits you wanted in there, and as you come out, yep.
I turn around to Luke, say, it's quite a nice looking sofa there, Luke.
Oh, that'll look quite nice in our little cabin.
As the hunter pokes his head in, he's like, "You are not getting a sofa out of this door." Anyway, and he starts spraying, and he sprays the I can't remember what the sigilized that, but he sprays essentially to say that this house has been cleared on the front, next to the front door. Lovely stuff. Nice and easy now. Once we move up. Same again. You got a different method you
again.
want to take this time? How are you taking it?
Yeah.
Can't knock again. Listen up.
That kick worked so well. You're going to kick the door again, are you? It worked really well last time.
I mean, I could try it again.
Just
Sure,
use
yeah.
that crowbar that I gave you.
Fine. I'll go and use the crowbar.
Cool. You can go straight in for the crowbar.
Yep.
Nice. Give me the strength check with advantage. So 2d20s. Take the highest number. Add your strength modifier to it.
I am going to be stood next to him with my lance ready, just in case.
Oh yeah, I didn't knock on the door, but
No, you didn't.
we're probably not going to get in because it's a 9.
No. So no, you wedge even with advantage, yeah.
Yeah, I got a 1 on the first one.
Okay. Oh wow, yeah. So yeah, as you push, you're like, you're watching it, and you're trying to see this door. This door is just not budging whatsoever. Matthew, can you just roll me a d20? Just.
This is what happens when you don't counter knock at the door. You see.
That's a 3.
A 3.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
So as you force the door, you with your passive perception, Matthew, as you see him stand back enough, you hear the movement and scuttering inside the house, and then you hear the bang on the door. Like, boom, boom. There's like a few things hit the front door, and you see it shaking as you stand back. You're like, whoa, okay.
Right, before we go in, I'm going for a peek.
So he's like, oh.
Luke goes and pees next to a tree.
He's like, I don't want to be scared before I go in there. Let me just pee right now.
I'm gonna still stand there with my lance ready in case they do break through. Maybe say up to head, have a look down the road, see if anything else has been disturbed from them.
I'll roll for perception.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
10.
10. As you're looking down the rest of the street, you're not seeing anything come around the corner or not noticing anything from where you're standing looking kind of southward.
No, it's clear. Just Luke having a piss.
It slowly rolls off the pavement. The warm piss. Nice. So yeah, you hear the banging. There's a bit of banging on the door as you're there in front of it. Hunter turns around and he's like, well, that was a close call there, wasn't it? Did he open the door to your little friends?
Luke's back from having his pee. What's going on?
I've been watching your piss.
I've been watching your piss. You lovely, sexy bastard.
All right, Ben.
Hey. You've been out of this. Cool. So yeah, you know that you've seen that something's in there trying to bang its way out. Giggity. What would you like to do?
What do we do in this situation? What was the team leader's name again?
Hunter. Well, it's really
what do we do in this situation?
Really up to you. We can mark the door as danger, do not enter. If you think that you can take it, we can open it and try and set ourselves up for a little ambush, or you can cantina, kick the door down, run in there, I don't know, do a backflip and kill them all. No, it's really up to you. The last one was sarcastic. If you attempt to do,
I was going to say, I feel like you're taking the piss here. We've survived a long time, you know.
But no, you can. It's up to you. We can leave it. We can mark it up. If you don't feel like taking it, I've been told to take it easy on you today. You are new, and we have the doctor with us, so we need to be a little bit careful. But there's nothing to say we can't funnel these guys out if we get the door open. It's really on your confidence levels. How much do you want to get in there and get out?
I mean, they're not going anywhere, so if we come back later, they're still going to be there.
They could have break the door through in that time.
Only we had Dylan and his Molotovs.
Fuck Dylan. Fucking Molotovs.
I mean, if someone breaks the door down, we could have someone ready with a weapon.
Ready with a lance.
Yeah.
I will say, looking at the size of the house as well, that you can see that the one in the middle is larger than the ones on the edge. Just to put in your mind, there's likely more area to loot within those middle houses. It's slightly larger. But just to play
we can't let an innocent girl die and not kill actual zombies.
I mean, this house.
I kind of glance over at Hunter when he says that.
If that's our mandate in the Enclave, to get rid of zombies, then we'll get rid of zombies.
Well, mainly we're trying to stay alive. it's like I say, we don't want to push too far. I can help with this. We know there's something inside. Or we can mark it up and we can bring another crew out tomorrow. It's really on your levels of confidence. And I'm just checking to see how you get on.
Luke gets all cocky and is like, "We've got this."
Nice. Cool. Right, do you want to, how do you want to position yourself then if we're going for this? I suggest we don't stand around with our dicks in our hands, we get ready for whatever might come out.
I'm going to stand by the side
Luke's already
of the
done
door.
that.
I'm going to stand by the side of the door.
You're flying low.
I sort of stand in the middle of the road behind the note.
Yep.
And
Bit
Luke
back.
just realises he didn't do his zip up as well.
Yeah, he's definitely flying low.
And he catches his knob in the zip.
Yeah, it's a roll for that.
Alan will stand to the side to watch Luke. Luke, are you going to go for this door again? What's the plan?
Should me and Luke swap position? I'm ready with the lance directly in front of the door.
Someone's going to have to open the door.
Yeah, open it from the side. Can he maneuver it from the side? Would it have to
No,
be straight up?
You have to be straight on to get enough
Okay.
give to like shove to get the what's it called, crowbar. To get the crowbar in and to leverage the door, you're going to be in front of it, and once it's open, you're going to probably want to move.
I want to ready my bow as well.
Oh, that's saucy. You want to be dead straight on then with the doorway, right? Because otherwise you're not going to probably be able to shoot. Yeah. I forgot you had a bow. Remember when you had 2 bows and then Luke just gave one away for no reason?
Yeah.
We actually had 3 because I had the crossbow.
Oh yeah. Remember when I gave you all those cool weapons and you just gave them back to me?
No, you did ask for them back.
You definitely asked for the crossbow back, yeah. Should I be one step further back?
It's up to you. This is your
Just so I get a normal attack on them if they come through the door.
this is your setup. Hello, camera. Can you do my? So you
Yeah, I want the 10 foot to
want
be
the
able
10
to
foot.
attack normally.
Okay, I'm going to be sensible and I'll open it with a crowbar.
Okay, so you have your. Oh yeah, I've moved you too close, haven't I? You have your plan. So Luke's going to open. Hunter stood to the side in case something goes wrong with Luke, and then we go from there. It's not jumping. So Luke, you step up. Roll your strength check with advantage, please.
14.
14. Fucking, that's not very good, is it? You get the door, and you, as you're push, you get the door to the point where it's on the verge of going, and you can hear inside the scrabbling of the hands, but it doesn't. It's not quite there. It looks like it's going to need like one shove or a cantonade kick to get it open. It's like right on the brink of going. You've got it right here, but not quite enough to get it all the way open. So you're there, like it's almost like the like trepidation of like, you know that if you push too hard and you fall forward, you're falling into a house where you know there's some zombies in there. But so you're kind of trying to give it enough with it and giving yourself time to move back, and it's just left it on the edge.
Yeah, I'm just going to step back and just do a standing kick, just like.
Yeah.
Boop.
Nice. So you step back, do a standing kick. That'll be enough, even with just as an armoured attack.
Oh, I rolled a 19 as well.
Oh, you rolled a 19. Good. Well, that's good. You give it 19 is good. You give it a good kick.
And I say to Luke, immediately step aside.
Right. So, well, we will see, because that kick will kick off initiative. Can we all roll initiative, please?
Can we have attacks prepped? Just for clarity.
No, this will be the start. There we know, because they knew
Okay.
you were there, there's no chance for a surprise. This would
Yeah.
be a learning surprise.
Cool.
Yeah, if it'd been quiet and you'd opened the door. So yeah, this would be one. If you could open the door quietly and you knew they were in there, you then have the surprise on them. So when they come out, they would be exposed. But you've tried to open the door, made noise. They're behind the door. They know someone's there to eat.
But we couldn't have had the attack ready though.
No.
Not a
It-
surprise attack, like actually readying an attack.
No, because so this is where I was getting surprised wrong before. So essentially, as soon as an initiative is kicked off, you then roll initiative, and it depends on your level. So if they roll low and you roll high, you still could attack first,
Yeah.
depending on what goes on. So it could be that actually, if you're higher than them in initiative rolls, then you could hold an action for them to come out the door. But
Okay.
as initiative kicked off, it works on surprise is just a condition that hits you on your first go.
All right.
So yeah,
I got an 18.
otherwise you could all sit there and say, we're just going to hold an attack. I walk them out and every zombie dies straight away because you will just sit there and it's going to... Actually, what happens is, as he kicks the door open, it's like pause time, everyone rolls dice, depending on what happens from there you go.
So,
oh, yeah, sorry.
so how does surprise work then?
It's a condition. So when we roll initiative now, if you had surprised them, I still roll initiative for the zombies. But say you had snuck up on them.
So it's basically like an ambush situation.
It's basically, yeah.
Well,
so it just means that they still sit in initiative order, but it then it goes through the initiative, and then they would be surprised when they go. It gets a bit weird if you guys go first, like you'll get the attacks, but then after that, if someone goes after the initiative, once you've attacked them, they're not surprised anymore. So it works.
So say if you were to hide mid-round of combat and attack from being hidden, does that count as surprise?
No, it doesn't count as surprise. That counts as an unhidden attack, and that'll all be based on your stealth roll versus their passive perception or their active perception if they use their action to look for you.
Right. So surprise attacks basically first round of
Surprise is first round only, and it's a condition that gets applied to everyone after initiative is rolled. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I
not
got a 17.
Okay.
I got a 15.
Did someone get above a 17?
I got an 18.
Yeah. 10, 18. Yeah, you go.
I got a 10.
You're getting eaten, boy. That's going to be hilarious because you got 10 and you're the one that's going to get out of the way of the door. And by hilarious, I mean you're going to die. Matthew, 15 for Beth. And then 10 for...
Unless somebody uses their action to shove Luke out the way.
Yep, true. So, yeah, as you kick the door open... Oh, I didn't roll for Hunter. You got 5.
Or I shoot him in the back of the leg so he sort of goes down to a knee.
I kind of need to do that. Cool. So first up is Matthew. Door gets kicked open. Poof, there are. As the door opens, you can't see because you're not there. But I can put down because Luke will see. Luke, you kick open the door to see 3 figures.
Fuck, there was 3 of them.
But yeah, Matthew, you are first. So you could use your action to move Luke, or this is the point where you could be like, okay, I hold out an action because I'm just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, I feel like I probably would hold.
So yeah, doors been kicked open, you're a circle. That's easy enough to do if you want to do that. Ted, you'd be next. You see them, Ted. You can fire past Luke for an increased AC on the enemy.
No, I'll just hold action.
Oh,
And shout.
Frank
And shout,
said-
Luke, get out of the way!
nice. Beth.
So would I be able to hit the first one from where I am?
No,
Run by
that, where
the
that
door.
threshold
No.
is, yeah, it's like they've got cross outside to.
Okay. I will hold an attack then. Haha. And I'll say to Luke, get out of there. Use your action to dash.
It's an attack of opportunity.
Is the first one that's going to lunge forward. That is a.
Oh no, sorry. Use your action to disengage if you can. I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yes, it is.
But I rolled a 22 against lukewarm. Which I believe
That hits.
is definitely a hit. So you take 3 points of damage for the first one that jumps out towards you, and you are grappled. Welcome to the bypass. You are now held by this thing.
I am not moving apparently.
That's its go. You are up next, Luke.
I'm going to try and break the grapple.
Yeah.
That'll be a 3.
You do not break the grapple. Yeah, that's you pretty much done. The other 2 that are behind cannot get out because of the bottleneck. So Hunter, you can't move grapples. Yes, Hunter literally shouts at you. He's like, "Get a fucking way, you idiot!" But he can't do anything from where he is. So are you keeping your held actions for where they are?
Yeah.
Cool. So, well, actually, no. I lied. Matthew, you see that Luke is grappled, so you can help him break from the grapple if you want to. You 3 all have actions before it goes back to the one that's grappled.
Yeah, I will try and help break him free from the grapple.
Yeah, so you step up as the first one there. Roll a strength check to try and pull him away from the...
That's an 8.
An 8. That is not breaking the grapple, unfortunately. As you try and get hold of him, his hands have just got hold of him. They're trying to pull Luke towards him. Ted. You could remember you could still fire at it with increased AC, and
no, I was
doing damage. Cool. Luke's dying. Beth, you up as
well. Can I push Luke out the way so that he is no longer grappled or anything like that?
You can flavour it however you want. You can roll a strength check to try and help him break his grapple.
Yeah.
That would just release the hands from him, and then you can sort of put him on somewhere
Oh!
else.
It got on 20 and then rolled to a 2. Plus 1, that's 3.
I am so dead.
Is held strong by this one as it is going to try and bite him.
This will be a 4th bite for Luke 1.
Relax, mathematics. That is a 13.
That gets it. Yeah.
Your AC's not above 13.
12 it is apparently, unless I haven't changed. Have I not changed it?
No,
Maybe.
it's low. Mine was 11 before I had the makeshift shield.
You take 2 points.
It was increased when you had the attack class. I had the attack class anymore.
Oh shit.
You take 2 points of damage, and Lukewarm has been bitten.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
So did we just miss out on all the fact that we went to the place that he never got checked out, even though he'd been bitten about 5 times?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot he'd been bitten.
Yeah,
shit.
He just lied, didn't he? And then with the rest of their movement, they are going to drag you 5, 10 into here to eat you more. So you've been dragged inside of the house. Luke, you are up. You're still grappled. You've just been bitten.
I'm gonna try and break the grapple.
Mm-hmm.
What do you add on for? Is it strength?
Just strength, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be 13.
13 breaks it. Yeah, you break the grapple. Cool. So with your action, you break free of the grapple of the zombie that had hold of you. You are now in the room with 3 of them.
I feel like this. Yeah. I feel like it's literally coming back to bite me. Early in the week.
What would you like to do? So you're.
Well, if I try and leave, then obviously I'm in the.
If you try and leave, they'll get
with 3. Yeah, 3 of them who can get me.
Yeah. You could
shout for help.
You can shout for help, yeah.
Help! I mean, I'm in here, so I may as well attack the one that.
Well, you've used your action to break free of the grapple, so all you've got is movement and bonus action.
Oh, there's not much you can do.
I will stay put.
Yeah. Nice. As you two both used your held actions, apart from Ted. So Ted, this one is going.
You went inside.
You got dragged.
You got dragged inside.
Okay.
So this one's going to charge out as it gets to the door frame. Ted, you have a chance to use your held action. Matthew and Beth, you both use yours to.
I use mine to do something.
Yeah.
Dex, isn't it?
Yeah, Dex.
That'll be a 21 to hit.
21
Sorry,
to hit.
20 to hit.
Yep.
Because of the
Hits.
exhaustion.
Definitely hits.
It's a D6, isn't it, for a ball?
I believe so.
That's all of 1 point.
Oh, that's bad. So you fire, you hit, you fire the bar as it steps into you. It has its choice there, I think. Let's tactically say it steps. It's still within the 5 foot view of space. It's going to go for Ponta as the closest one to it, and does hit him. Hunter takes 2 points of damage and is now grappled himself. He's not very happy about that. And then the last one's going to come out as well. And you are closest, Beth. That's one for you. That is a 18.
Hits.
Oh, this dice is my boy. You take 3 points of damage and you are also grappled.
6.
It is now Hunter's turn. He is not happy about this. He is going to. John, he's an attack. He's not going to twist around. But he missed his attacks. He tries to break his grapple, just tries to swing up and get his machete out to stab us. This thing is just holding and wriggling around him. These things look hungry. They've been tied up for a bit, man. They want to get in there. Matthew, back round to the top. It is you.
I am going to lunge at the one that's grabbed Beth with my lance.
Nice. Yep, and that's a normal.
It doesn't. Does the flanking work with it being?
It does.
10 foot.
Yeah, I think we worked out it still did.
It's still melee, isn't it? So
it's still melee, and it counts as the attack range of whatever you're hitting with. It's one of the ones I checked that and some.
Yeah, we've done this before.
Yeah,
it does.
Because when we did it, I was like, that seems like bullshit, and I checked it, and I was like, oh no, if it's a 10-foot range weapon, then technically it still counts.
And that, because of my improved crit from leveling up, that is a crit because it's a 19.
Nice. Definitely hits and double damage on the lance as well.
Yeah.
Rolls 2 nat ones.
Oh, I rolled an 11, so that's 22 plus 3, 25.
Funny enough, it's just a zombie. Yeah, so as you
Yeah,
are
I think that's
fighting with it, Beth, you just see the lance pierce through the skull, just literally severing the head in half of that zombie as it is dead. You are no longer grabbing. That is a sick amount of damage for what? It's annoying it's only one. Nice. Dead. Good hit. Ted, you're up.
I will fire my bow at the one at Hunter.
Nice. Roll for attack.
That would be a 15 to hit.
15 hits. Roll damage.
2 points of damage.
Aye. Calm down, man. Don't be doing too much damage to this thing. As the second arrow stabs into this one. It's got 2 arrows hanging out of it now as it's still fighting to grab hold of what's his face? Hunter. Beth, you are up. You've just been freed. You've heard the call from Luke inside, and you've got one to your right that is grappling Hunter at the moment.
I'm going to run inside.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because he's grappling Hunter, does it not get a attack of opportunity?
I think it still does.
I mean, I'd
have to let go of Hunter if it did, I think.
It doesn't seem quickest Google I've ever done in my entire life. Oh no, it just no, I don't think it makes sense that they would, right?
You should either have to let go or not do the opportunity attack.
Both the grappler and the grapplee suffer from the grapple condition, so neither can make attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Cool.
I'm going to run in and I'm going to try and flank the zombie that's attacking Luke.
Yep. Cool.
Should have enough movement to do that.
Yeah, so 25.
Cool. And I'm attacking with my machete, and that is a 18 to hit.
18 hits, good rolls.
What's a machete again?
D6, I believe. Plus.
Yeah, 1d6 plus 1.
Yep.
That's a 4 plus 1, so that's 5 points of damage.
Nice. As you slice
And
it.
as I...
Yep.
Oh,
Flavor.
as I do that, I'm like... Luke, that guy's... If he saw you... I'm assuming I saw Luke get bit. I was stood right next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, that guy's gonna kill you. You might need to run.
What if we kill him?
As you're fighting with a zombie, just having this conversation.
I mean,
like, what if we
I don't know if you're out the woods, so it would seem a waste to kill 2 people. So maybe we just hide for now.
As you have this conversation, are you moving anymore? Are you staying where you are?
I'm just gonna stay around and keep the flank.
As you have this conversation, I just rolled a 21 to hit against Luke. Which I know hits. That's 3 points of damage, Luke, and you are again grappled.
Okay.
And it is now your go.
Well, I'm going to break the grapple.
Yeah.
Try. Break the grapple.
With advantage, because he's flanking.
No, breaking the grapple doesn't. No, not for breaking grapples.
What about if he attacks to
If he
try and break
attacked-
the grapple?
If you attacked, yeah. So if you attack and do damage to a target, it has to roll to maintain its grapple. So it's then rolling a strength check instead of you rolling a strength check. So you can roll an attack where you get, and this thing is looking weak. So if you roll, you get to roll an attack with advantage to try and kill it outright or break its grapple, or you can just roll singly to try and break the grapple.
I mean, I don't think it matters because I got a 3.
Well, if you roll with advantage, it does because you get to roll another dice.
Oh, okay, I'll roll again then.
Yeah, dickhead. I'll kill you.
That'd be 17.
17. Nice. So that attacks. Do you roll your damage?
I'm attacking with a knife, aren't I?
Yeah. So D4 plus your dex.
So you pull out the pistol from your pants.
That's 6.
6. Nice. So, oh, you leave your dex. You happen to it. Yeah, you absolutely slice into the underjaw of this, straight through into the brain, as the grapple and the zombie both die. You still remaining bitten. That's your turn. Yellow is up. Oh, and the grapple wasn't broken. That is a 5 on the dice. 8, so that doesn't hit. As he goes for the bite, Hunter's holding it back, just like, someone fucking get this thing off me! As he's trying to fight backwards and forwards. And it's his go. He is going to try and break the grapple this time. Gets a 12. Breaks himself free. That is his go as he wriggles away from the control of the zombie bitch. Matthew, back round to you.
That's annoying because I was kind of hoping he was still going to be grappled. I guess I attack that zombie then.
Do you want to just... so you have
So I
movement
step
to move
to-
around. 5, 10, 15. You could easily get to go for the flank if you wanted.
Yeah, but if I go for the... I can't do the flank with the lance at the right distance, can I?
Yeah. 5,
Because I'd have
10,
to go. I'd have to go out of his
15.
range to be able to get
Oh, yeah.
in
of
large
course you would.
range.
Yeah, you would. You did it with attack of opportunity.
So yeah, I just might as well just go for a normal attack with it,
Yep.
just in range on this side.
Yep, Gia.
That is a 10.
10 hits. So it's looking pretty fun. Just taking a few arrows.
And that's 13 damage.
Well, that's really going to fuck up, yeah. As you, from the side, as he's holding like, will someone just get this fucking thing off me, over his shoulder. The lance in and out through the face of this zombie as it dies. Congratulations. All zombies on the board are dead. Luke, can you roll a Constitution saving throw and send me the number, please? Because you have been bitten.
That's just a D20, yeah?
D20 plus, if you, I think as part of your level up last time, you got to maybe pick saving throws. If you haven't,
Yeah,
added
I have.
anything
Yeah.
to your, so if you had Constitution saving throw marked, then you get to add your proficiency to it. If you didn't,
I
it's
think he
just
chose Dex.
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
to do acrobatics. Or to break out stuff.
Come on.
So you got to roll Constitution saving throw. So it's a D20 plus your Constitution modifier, and then send me the number. Don't say what it is. So the rest of you are now out of combat. Cool.
Luke,
I'll recover my
just get
arrows.
out of here. We'll come back tomorrow for you.
I mean, where have I been bitten?
So as they came at you, send me on top of half of your body. So it's like on your neck, like on your shoulder, the top part, the fleshy part of your shoulder, not quite your neck, not quite your arm, just like in the fleshy bit.
Can I hide it?
You can attempt to hide it if you want. Like Hunter was stood behind you as you were fighting as well. So yeah, if you're gonna hide it, you can roll a sleight of hand check to try and cover yourself
Yeah,
up.
I'll do that then.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to do that in front
That's
of them.
20, but not natural 20.
Okay, cool. Nice. Nice.
He rolled a net 20, didn't he?
I'm not telling you what I rolled for my check. So yeah, that is you out, unless you want to get back into combat. That is you out of combat. Yeah, as he's like, well, that didn't fucking go to plan, did it? Oi, get out of here. Did he get fucking... You look like you took a little bit of malfaction from that one there, as he literally goes in towards you, Luke.
Is that one of the perks?
Yeah, I was thinking that's on the perks. If I'm not getting at the base, you know. No, well, I mean, he tried to bite me, but I managed to...
Well, you're fucking bleeding, aren't you? So what is this? This is fucking gone to shit. Grab your stuff and go back to the base now. We can get this fucking sorted.
I mean, is it worth
It's like a-
looting the house now, or well, we got it clear, or...
I don't want... This has been a fucking shambles. Let's just get the fuck back to base. We'll come back and sort this out. We'll send another fucking crew out that can clear a fucking house without it all going to shit.
If
I'm still going to go into the house and loot.
what happens if we do get bit? Do you kill us like you killed that woman?
We all know that was a fucking situation. She was on death's door about to turn. I am not the one that does the checks out here. I am not the one taking the flak for this. We'll go back and report, and we'll see what they do with you in there. I'm not killing anyone out here in the field. Let's not start any fucking fights. Let's just get back and get him checked. He's saying he's not bit, but he fucking looked like he got bit. I'm not out here, judge, jury, executioner, but the protocol says we go back, you get checked, and we're all either good or we're not good. But let's not fucking fight about it now. The quicker we get out of here, the better.
Could I try and get Dr. Ebola to one side somewhere?
It'll be very difficult to get to one side without him. He's literally waiting for you guys to get the fuck out. If someone running for a check, then you can do one investigation check. And you have to tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to go in and do a check anyway, because... Yeah.
Roll an investigation.
That is... a 7.
7. No, as you're in there looking around for something, the house is trash. It stinks of just like rot and shit, and there's just like everything is covered in it's horrible. Like, as you look, the whole thing is trashed. From you assume these things running around trying to find things to feed or stuff to eat from there. But yeah, it's not.
Can't see through his visor.
So
It smells like you cooked in here, Luke.
You can try and have a conversation, but this is, he's like, let's fucking go now. Let's fucking get back. I want this shit off my plate. I'm handing you boys over. Let's just get it back. Get it all sorted. Let them deal with what they need to deal with. I mean, Doctor, if you want to have a look at him, you have a look at him now. But we need to start moving. Like, I need to get you boys back. This is not how this is supposed to go down.
Oh, check him over.
Roll a message.
24.
24. So you can see that he has, with a 24, definitely been bitten. It's up to you what you do with that information. And obviously Luke's there in front of you. So as he's checking you over, this is probably your one time if you want to whisper something that he's not going to hear. You go for it now.
Especially nothings.
Yeah. Luke.
Doesn't it look bad? Does it look bad?
I just sort of look at him in his eyes with that sort of look, as if as if it's serious. But obviously the hunter can't say.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that it doesn't necessarily mean he's infected.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't tell hunter.
Doc, how's it looking, Doc? What are we doing? We need to get, either way we're getting him back, but...
It's hard. It's hard to tell. It's covered in all sorts of zombie guts. It's hard to see anything wrong like this.
Roll a deception check.
What's my thing? Oh, shit. That'll be a 7.
7. He looks at you and goes, "Okay, yep, no, I understand that. Yeah, well, let's get all the more reason to get back as quick as we can. Oi, Tim, man, get the fuck out of there. Let's go. We need to get going now."
I walk back out.
I follow.
Cool. You guys start heading back. You're not that far away. Cool. So you guys start heading back. As he's like leading out in front, he keeps checking behind every so often just to check that you guys are like following with as he's there. Gives her like, as he's checking you there, gives an extra long glance and part of that to Luke just to see how he's getting on, trying to look around, see if there's any bead and stuff there. But he just wants, you feel like he just wants to get you back. This is not what he wanted to fucking have to deal with. So he wants to get you back into the main thing. As you see the camp in front of you, I think we shall end there as you are coming up towards the gates. Pick up there next time.
Ooh, cliffhanger.
Little cliffhanger.